All right, it's 2:05, March 4th. Let's get it. Yes. Yes. That's mountain time. Oh boy. What's up, Kiwi Bird? We're back. I want to do like one of those lives where I just like listen to music and chill. I don't know. Kind of want to. I wasn't. That's not why I left. I would have stuck around. I had other things I wanted to do. Yeah. So just wanted a break. Yeah, went and hung out with somebody else on this app for a minute, watched their live, and then I came back. Because I was like, if I don't go back now, then I'm going to be like, sitting here like, I want to go back. Yep. Don't want to overthink it. That would be bad. Still 2 hours and 30 minutes left on that. That's sad. Melly, or Reese calls her Meli. I don't know. Fucking Reese is fucking can't stand that guy. Like, come. That's all he does. It's like, dude, shut up. And then he has his okay, so he plays the silent game, right? But then he has a software so that his chat can talk during the silent game. So like, well, she's got the floor. He just has his chat talking, and it's like the cheapest fucking shit. Like, it's not even fair. Like, she'll be trying to talk, and then the fucking chat will just say some vile shit, and he's like laughing, and he doesn't respect the quiet game. And then if she, oh, it's so fucking annoying when I can't stand that guy. Literally cannot stand him. Yeah, but I don't have smoke, like the kids say these days. No smoke. Come. Like, I wonder why people don't like battles. Yeah, like the chat was like talking shit about me one time. I'm like, you probably don't want to fuck with me. Just saying. I'll. Oh man. Yeah, but they just kept talking shit, and like I just hang out and I just help like activate the double points, and then I sit there and I tap and I get gloves, and then at like the right time I drop a glove. Hung out in there for like a whole night once, and I think I spent like 700 coins or something like that, but just like was just like a hype beast. Was just sitting there like hyping the fuck out of the shit, and people were just coming in and gifting her and shit. It was good. And then fucking Reese comes on. He's like, come. I'm like, fuck, this guy's so annoying. Yeah, that's how he was very different today though. Yeah, very it's very entertaining. I'll give him that. It's like the perfect engagement bait. Just be like the biggest asshole ever. Oh. Lots of people do that on here. Just usually they don't have like such a great way of monetizing it. Like, oh man, that's a rabbit hole. It's a rabbit hole to go down. Yup. I am at like 30 viewers. Now I have 3, 4. Tap the screen. You gotta tap the screen. I don't want to fucking. I don't want to do anything. Just like. But then I do kind of want to like. I do kind of want to. Hmm. 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 Where's the sounds, bro? I don't know. I'm just like. I don't want to play copyrighted music because if I play music, then it gets striked on YouTube, and I don't. Well, not striked, but it doesn't let you upload it, and it takes forever. So doing it for, yeah, it's not. What's up? It is not fun editing the video, you know, because I deal with so many videos all the time. Pretty much, if you ever don't want the piece being shown, you can just play copyrighted music, and then it just like won't be uploadable to YouTube. It's kind of why, it's why like YouTube has like is like one of those platforms where it would be hard to have the multi-call system because their YouTube monetization. Like if you play copyrighted music on a YouTube live, you get like a strike, and you have like 3 strikes. It's stupid, but I don't know. I don't know if they kept it like that. I feel like they'd have to change it. If they were to, if there would be some way to like, yeah, I don't know. YouTube's where it's at too. YouTube and TikTok, good combination. Yep. It would be interesting if they had like a TikTok battle feature on there. That would be some shit. It was like battles, because then you could bring other people, and if there was like 4 boxes, that would be sweet. Tube Talk, yeah, no, I didn't even know they had the live feature, and then I was just scrolling, and like one of my favorite like YouTube Shorts guys, he's like the one that goes to the pawn shops, and he's like, "Do you guys buy gaming systems here?" And he just they're like, he's like at GameStop, and they just like recognize him. They're like, "We're calling the police." He's like, "Oh no, what?" And yeah, he has the one dude at the, yeah, dude, that guy's great. I kind of want to find his channel now, but he was live, so I like looked at it, and he had like 600 viewers. I'm like, not bad, not bad, and it looked just like TikTok, but like different because it has super chats. So like you pay for the super chat. There's not gifts like TikTok. I love the TikTok gift system, especially like the cowboy hat and shit. Oh, so much fun. So much fun. Good times. But I don't know how much they take. How much does YouTube take of super chats? 30%. Ooh, so you get 70% of the donation. Ooh, that's sick. Whew. Yeah, YouTube's where it's at. 100%. That's like taxes. Like, damn. That's sick. Can you play people in cover bands? No. No. Big no. No. Definitely not. EDM, lots of EDM artists like have a lot of, but you gotta be careful with that stuff too, because they could play like a track, and then, because yeah, and it could Depends on the artist, because pretty much if you can search it and find it on Apple Music, don't. That's pretty much. But you can also copyright check stuff, and then there is a website that you can go to, and if you go to the website, you can buy the rights to certain songs, and you can post it on YouTube, and you won't get taken down. So there's not very many songs though. None of the songs I want are on there, which kind of makes me sad. But it is good for like intros and stuff like that. But sad. Sad day, sad day. Yeah. I think there's a better website than the one I'm talking about, though. My lips are getting chappy. Fucking hate Canada. My dog's like having a little dream. What's sweet is I can like. Okay, 1 sec. 2 seconds. Okay, so put this in here. Right? Right? And then I can hear my voice still. And I can. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So I'm like, all the shit ones are left. What? What? What are all the shit ones? Shit ones, what? What are we referring to? Oh. Music. Okay, I remember. There is like. This is like one of my favorite songs. 1 second. This is like the first like techno song that I heard back in the day. My sister showed me it. I was like, this is beautiful. Okay. There. Dick, 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 dick. So 2007, I would have been like 11, something like that. Yeah, I think I was 11. 11, 12. Shit was. That was like when I got my iPod Nano. I remember that. I was so sick of like CD players. Those things were so annoying. You like move and it would skip a song. I'm like, I want an iPod. Yeah. Getting the iPod was like step one in life. It's like, need iPod. Oh man. Good times, good times. And then the first rap song I found, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. This was so intense. I just remember putting like the headphones on and listening because I didn't know what it was. And I put it on and it was like just like an innocent child. Had never never really heard rap, right? It's like really young. Like really young. I stole the CD from my brother. Just like um, this was like my favorite song. Thank you for the heartbeat. This was yeah, this was my favorite song by far. I was like 6, I think. Like literally 6. That tripped me out. Like 6-year-old me, I'm like, whoa. Because at that point, I was like brainwashed into religion. What's up, sunshine? Oh, it's the good sunshine. I said that to Sandy. She's like, I like sunshine. I'm like, I don't know sunshine. I just know them from the whole Billy scandal, where they're like the Billy Barber Burgergate, when Billy had a picture with Chris Barber, and everybody was like, "Oh my god, this is so bad." It was like what made me come back to this app. I'm like, what is happening on TikTok right now? They were just like harassing Billy. It was great. But anyways, back to the song. These lyrics are just like tripping me. Every time I listen to the song, it like literally brings me back to being like a child. It's like one of my first memories. I swear to God. It's this song. Just like remember walking down the street, like listening to it the next day. Just having like crazy like existential crisis about religion. I'm in like grade 2. grade one or 2, something like that. Yeah, I think it was in grade 2, so it would have been like 7, something like that. Good time. No, yeah, just fucking love it, love it. I was a little shit disturber. Blown existential crisis about Jesus and stuff. Because I didn't really, I remember in like grade 1, I didn't really believe in Jesus that much, and then they kept like trying to brainwash me. And then I remember in grade 2, I was just like, yeah, religion's bullshit. And then I got like sent to the principal's office and stuff, and they're like, this is so bad. And then they tried brainwashing me again, and I just like pretended. But then they kind of like gaslit me long enough that like every once in a while, and like I'm on the spectrum, so like they can they can like get me really into it, but then because yeah, so then I just had to like pretend, and then I just like do stupid shit, and then yeah, good times, good times. Yeah, yeah. I was like always in the principal's office. I think in like it was like Christmas, so like second semester going in. I was like 100 at the principal's office, and like no, no, it was at the end of the year. Yeah, It's like over 100 times I got sent. It's like once every 2 days. It's like their routine. They're like, just go to the office. I'm like, oh my god, this again. I have to go fucking talk to like some scary dude that's like, we're gonna tell your parents. I'm like, okay. My parents would be like, this is so bad. I'm like, whoops. They were weird. They were very weird. One time I got sent to the principal's office for, it was like I was in like grade 5 and I was in like Bible class like 3 days after defending like gay people in gym class. We were like on the soccer field and I was just like giving them a monologue from YouTube. Just like basically the argument was that if you have a girlfriend, you gotta like, and they have a gay friend, you shouldn't be a dick to their gay friend. You should be buying that gay friend flowers. It was so good. And then like a few days later, they had like a Bible class where they were just like going over like how to be like bigoted against the 2S LGBTQ, right? And I'm just, and somebody like was like, I think I'm gay. I'm like, I'm not gay. They're like, then why were you defending them? And then I gave the monologue to the teacher and she sent me to the principal's. Holy. It was so fucking. Oh, that was my favorite time ever getting sent to the principal's office. Just like completely in the right. And they're just like, this is. And they treated it so serious. I just like held my ground the whole time, just fucked with them so hard. I'm like, well, there's no backing down now. I'm in. So then I gave it to my parents and they were just like, okay, like. Fucking. Yeah. Yeah. Then they started like accusing like people close to me of being queer. Like right after that. It's like harassed anybody near me. They're like, who's gay? We can't have them in this school. It was brutal. Like send you to conversion therapy type shit. Fucking weirdos. Yup. They used to brag about how they used to beat kids. They're like, yeah, back in the day we could just whip you. I'm like, you guys are fucking weird. Shit's traumatizing when you're a kid. How's the car doing? It's good. It's ready to go. Just need insurance, which is fucking annoying because I had the money and then now I don't have the money and then I have to go back to work without it and it's cold out and I'm like, yeah, fuck this. And then, yeah, some other shit happens. So just like, oh my god. Yeah. It's annoying, but it's all good. It'll be on the road eventually, and if not, I'll just like move to a different country where I don't have to deal with this fucking bullshit. You can just like hang out on the beach, out in the cold. I'm not in the cold. Be like when it's cold here, I'll be on a beach in the summer, like dying of heat. Learn how to surf. Yeah. Apparently it's like a 30-minute drive to get to the west coast, and that's where the best surfing is. So you just like drive from the east where all civilization is, you go west, you surf, and then it's a 30-minute drive back. I'm like, that's fucking weird. Yeah. It's like driving across fucking Calgary. I can't wait. It's like driving in a freaking exactly 30 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, during COVID, I was like, around this time, I would just like, I went on Tinder and I just like swiped a bunch of people from New Zealand. And I just like video chatted them because they were like always awake and they were on lockdown. So it was fun. It was a good time. Good time. Still have them as mutuals on Snapchat, you know? Good times, good times. Yeah, I learned a lot. I I just like had like little interviews, just ask like so many questions. Because I hear stories and then like I would like talk to someone else to try and get the info that I was missing from the other. So I had like a lineup of questions and I was just like getting shit done. I want water. My mouth is like excessively dry right now. That shit is so awesome. Just like instantly fixes dry mouth. I do not. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm not really the biggest fan of relationships. Just saying. Just personally, you know? Um, oh man, there's like. Where's the hat? It's right there. Sometimes don't wear it, sometimes I do. Just depends on the day. Didn't really feel like wearing it. I have some pretty fucking funny videos from the weekend though. Like, oh man, I honestly I kind of want to show you one. It's like, oh boy, trip me the. I don't know. Okay, anyways, so he like because I'm at like this like shitty venue with like a really good artist, right? Like Alberta does, you know, they got like a shitty cowboy bar with like Flux Pavilion, and you're like, there is nowhere to sit or even go. Like everything's on the same fucking thing. Like usually there's like levels to that shit. Nope, this one's just like a giant fucking. It's like two cowboy bars put together. Fucking. Oh, it's so fucking. And I hate cowboy bars, but I love cowboy bars. But if it's a cowboy bar, I want it to be a cowboy bar, not a fucking rave. But it's still worth it because you get to see Flex Pavilion. So I was like, and it, I mean, you know, but anyway, so I was like feeling like real off. So I was like trying to find a spot, and then I jumped up on top of the fuck. I jumped up on top of like this table where the security guard was. He was like standing on the bar, so I like stood on the table And he's like, get down. I'm like, I'm okay. And then I just sat on the table and like recorded Flex Pavilion for a second. I'm like, hey, this is a weird spot. And then I'm walking around trying to find like another fucking weird spot like that. And then I just like felt a weird vibration coming from this like ATM booth. So I was like, okay, I stepped inside of it. It was like standing right by the sub. Like there was just like so much vibration. I was like, oh shit, this is actually kind of sweet. And I was recording and I looked at my phone and I'm like, this is like the best lighting in the whole club. So then I just sat in the ATM booth like this with fucking Flex Pavilion in the background and had it like a shelf. So I put my phone on the shelf and I was just like, what up? And then, yeah, got some fucking wild clips with the best lighting. The best. It was pretty great because the ATM like logo was just bright as fuck. So it was like sitting in front, like it was like studio light. I'm like, this is fucking perfect. Yeah. And then at one point, this like dude came up to me and he's like, that's the clip I want to show you. But he comes up to me and he's just like, I am sick and tired. And I'm like, what? And like, fucking cringing down because I'm like fucked up. I'm like, what? And he's just like, I'm just fucking with you. I'm like, what the fuck? But my phone was like on the shelf, right? And it the vibration of the shelf like made the phone drop down at like the worst time. It was louder than that. But it made the phone drop down. And then so I didn't get like the part where he's like, I'm just fucking with you. It's just like he just came up and then my phone fucking fell and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Just it's such a fucking funny shot. He's like fucking 6'8". I'm 6'2". He's like, I don't know, 6'6", 6'8". And I'm just like, what the fuck, buddy? You're fucking tripping me out. Yeah. I'm just fucking with you. I'm like, holy fuck. I thought he was like from TikTok. I'm like, uh-oh, what's going on here? What did I say to you? Like, whoops, sorry, buddy. I'm fucking a little too fucked up for this shit right now. Oh, fucking. So funny. Good times, good times. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll post it on my Snapchat. Yeah. Because I don't really want to post it on here. Yeah. It's probably going to be a Snapchat video. Because I'm just going to take the audio that I just did. Because it's 2:43 right now. So I'm going to take the audio that I just did. And then I'm going to... overlay it with the video that I got because when I was there, I was like recording like the specific shots to tell the story because you know I'm a fucking TikToker, so I was entertaining myself while the shitty music played. Yeah, my Snapchat's in the link tree. Yep. It's in my description. And then subscribe to me on YouTube too. I need 3 more subscribers on YouTube and I can go live on YouTube. What? That would be sick because YouTube has some shit. I'm excited. Like, actually. 3 more. Yep. Oh, nice. That would be sweet. Do it up. And then I just need 1 more. Yeah. Because, yeah, they have, like, right now would be such a good time to go on YouTube. Because, like, who's live at this time on YouTube in this format? You know what I mean? just do what I did here on YouTube, just a little different. Have like come here for like prime time and then go over to YouTube after. That shit would be sick. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm actually excited as fuck because yeah, YouTube is where it's at. YouTube, but it's not as good as TikTok. But it is also like fucking awesome because I could just like go into like a totally different topic and shit. Do like something else. And then there's also the widescreen version. So once I get like people on YouTube that watch me live, I could just like go into the like box and then oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I need like 3 phones. Have like one phone for TikTok, one phone for YouTube, and then one phone for like to talk to people on. That would be great. Yup. Oh man. My sunglasses are like hurting my face. I want to like put cucumbers on my eyes. Feels good. Just like since we're in the skincare routine TikTok now. Fuck. Fucking goddamn. My brain. Oh, I totally called it. I want to see the clip of me calling it on the fucking. It wasn't on here. It was when it was happening. I was over at Schmitty's and Fancy Pants Live, and I fucking called it that he was gonna do that. And then I was like, he can't do that now because this. So there's like a clip of me somewhere out there just completely destroying his argument before he even made it. Which makes me so happy. I want to take that and then I want to put it of the clip of him talking to K Blitz, trying to like get K Blitz to like forgive him type shit. I'm like, buddy, can't bullshit your way out of this one. Come on. Yeah, fucked up. Yup. Fucking idiot. Oh, I love it. I love how like cartoonishly stupid that entire shit was. It was like, what is even happening? Fucking Death Knight comes out and he's like the dude from South Park that's like, what's up, boss? What are we doing today, boss? Like the Special Olympics, because like Jimmy goes to the Special Olympics and then there's like the one guy that always wants to kill Jimmy and then it always fails and they go up, they're like standing right in front of like the instructors. One's like, so boss, how are we gonna kill Jimmy? It's like, oh man, that fucking scene is that episode is the fucking best. I honestly, I kind of want to like watch it, but I don't think you can because it's like HBO Max and they don't like that. I think I could maybe play a clip. No, probably not. I think that would probably be like really risky actually. TikTok don't like that very much. Yeah, into one, but one more at least. Word. I guess I could just like fake 2 subscribers. It would be so sweet to go on YouTube right now though. I'm kind of nervous. It's like a totally different audience. Yeah, I can't remember that. I can't remember that. Oh, I love that. I need that as like a soundbite. Oh man, is that the one where Cartman like goes to win this? Oh god. Mm. I hate it when I really need to like get premium, but I just don't have time for uh YouTube where it's like actually even worth it. Like I don't go on YouTube. My content isn't monetized, so it doesn't have ads, so I don't really need it because when I go on YouTube, it's just for my own content. There's like, I watch some videos, but yeah, but I feel like there's like certain times where you just kind of get hooked onto YouTube for like a bit and then like you think it's TikTok for a minute and then you're like, oh, this isn't TikTok. Sometimes I think it's Facebook. Sometimes I get hooked onto like the Facebook Reels or whatever, the Instagram Reels, but I'm like on Facebook and I can't even interact with it because it's not Instagram. Because fucking every time I go onto Instagram, it's just like a bunch of booty, and I'm just like, what is even what is even going on with my pay? Like, yeah. And then now on like all I did was follow like Morgue Pies because she's fucking family, you know. And then after that, my fucking Threads page just became like a bunch of porn, and I'm like, okay, okay, distracted, moving on. Yeah, good time. Yeah, yeah. The clothing app. No, Morgue Pies is like a porn star. Uh, she okay, so one time Ethan Klein was talking about her, and then she was like in the chat, so she like came up and she was like, I'm a huge fan. I'm like, and yeah, it was a very like iconic H3 moment in my books. So yeah, it's like she's like one of those people that I just like follow on every platform. Family supports family, you know. Yep, yeah. Word, word. Well, now you know Morgue Pies. She's hot as fuck, and she's dope as fuck also. Um, and like when that happened, like her entire like all of her social media just got filled with like H3 fans. So like when you go in her comment section, it's just like family, family, and she like interacts with it. It's great. Yeah, H3 fans are the best. Yup, yup, yup. I've found a few H3 fans in my journeys, cause like I'll be like in like a deep conversation. I'll just like say something from H3, just like a dog whistle, and then people in the chat are like H3, and then they follow me. It's pretty funny. Just dog whistle to all the H3 fans. Yep. Yep. Just got the some of the talking points down. Like, oh yeah, and then there's the one where it's like I've done it so many times. Be like in a super serious political debate, and then I'll just whip out the you if you go to okay, so every time I talk about it, I have to. So what you do is you go to Google. It has to you go like google.com, right? And then in the search bar, you just type Ryan Kavanaugh. And the reason that you do that step is just so that because okay, so if you search Ryan Kavanaugh, right now it's the third one down. Oh man. Oh, actually, I think the new one actually instead of searching Ryan Kavanaugh because he's already third on Google, we don't really need to do that, right? What we do is we search failure podcast, right? And then so then it's first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. So then what we do is we scroll down. So at some point, make sure you. Oh, here it is. So it's two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's the ninth option on there. And the reason that you type in failure podcast is what we're trying to do is we're trying to get this website to number one, right? And then if you click on it, it says at the top how much money. Oh wow, this actually takes you to a nice article about Ryan Kavanaugh's new podcast called Failure Podcast. Oh wow, beautiful. That's a new addition to the website. Anyways, so then if we go to the home, it says at the top here, it says Triller's deadline to pay $60,963.49 to Ethan Klein for attorney fees. And oh, he's actually late on that payment. So it's 0 days, 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. They should actually make it so that clock winds up so that we can see how many days he's late on those legal fees. Uh, this is why I had absolutely no problem going after Chris Barber. Is like shit like this. I'm like, Ethan Klein set the precedence on suing content creators, and he's basically won every single lawsuit, and he just begs people to sue him again because he's just setting so many precedents. So he's basically like the legal precedent setter of like content creation online. So like when people are like, I'm gonna sue you for defamation, it's like, okay, well, this is what the precedent is in America. You can try it here, but I don't think it's gonna work. Just because like the court would look at like what the precedent is in like America. If it had never been done in Canada, they would like look to it to kind of like see what was going on there. Um, yeah, yeah. There's really not. But if you were to do it in Australia, then that's that's a different story because in Australia you don't have like freedom of speech, but in Canada you kind of do. But they're trying to get rid of that with BC 63, which I don't fucking like. Just putting that out there. People don't like it when I say that, but I don't like the idea of it. I guess I should probably look into Bill C-63 because but yeah, so it actually takes you to a website and it does Ryan Kavanaugh look like Harvey Weinstein.com. So I'm just gonna put it up here quick so that you can see it because I do actually have it. It's kind of how I usually start this off, but it's just syncing from iCloud right now. So if you go to the website, you can actually drag this back and forth, and and then you can vote. So up here, that's how many people think that he doesn't look like Harvey Weinstein. And then that's the purple is how many people do think that Ryan Kavanaugh does in fact look like Harvey Weinstein. Yeah. Yeah. So you I don't know if you can still vote. I think the voting process has been finalized, but just I think that the reason that they did that was just so that Harvey Weinstein couldn't make like bot accounts and like boof the numbers. Yeah, so this was the audience on July 30th, 2021. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the finalized result. There was 10,000 internet users, uh, and yeah, they asked 10,600 internet users if they thought Ryan Kavanaugh and Harvey Weinstein looked alike. The outcome was shocking. Yeah, it's a very interactive map too, or yeah. So 10,039 said that they think they look alike, and then 597 said that they don't look alike, and a lot of those could be, bots that Ryan Kavanaugh had at the time. But that's just my conspiracy theory. I don't want him to sue me or anything because he likes to do that. This is what happens when you and then wow. He there's also an article on here about how he donated $1 million to charity, and then it was to help the charity build over 250 homes for the poor. And then he just he ended up donating a measly 35,000 instead of $1 million. Interesting, very interesting website. You guys should go check it out. But make sure you type in failure podcast and scroll down to the 9th option so that we can boost it to go number 1. Yeah. Very fun. Very fun. So yeah, that's what I mean. That's that shit. You pull that shit off in a fucking live with a bunch of people when there's like 200 viewers and you're just like, you say that and it's an audience that you're not around much. My dog's having a little dream. I guess we're gonna have to put up with that. Sorry, guys. That was adorable. She's like running and stuff. This is great. Oh, man. I should get the software where it like reads the chat. That's always fun. Last time I had that, it just like killed my soul. I was like, oh my god. I gotta get off this app. I don't think she's having a bad dream. I think like when she has a bad dream, she like wakes up. That was just a little like she's playing at the dog park dream, She's a very vocal dog sometimes. Yeah. So I can zoom out and then we can just have this. This is another way to find H3 fans on TikTok. You put this up, it's like a dog whistle. They just know. H3 fans are the best. Also, Hasnabi heads are great. Love Hasnabi heads. I'm a Hasnabi head though, so that's like the only streamer that I watch that I can like, and H3 of course, those two, and then I'd go into TikTok battles also. So I guess that's kind of streaming, but they're fun. I do like the I do like the battles. So YouTube. 3 hours. Suspects flirt with the police. Leads AI robots. Okay. Videos. View your channel. 2 more subscribers. That was weird. Yeah, no, yeah, that's that's always a good milestone. What are you at right now? 268. I think you just need like 40 more. Lisa Bella did it in like 2 days. She just went into a grow party, and you just like you get on to a grow party, and then it just like everybody just follows you, and then it's to get to 1,000. Yep, I have a few channels that on my thing that are grow parties. I follow them because they follow me, and they're like, "Come to my grow party," and I'm like, "No. How about no? I'll follow you though." Yeah, be their only genuine follower. But every time I go in there, it's just like fucking lame. I'm like, this looks so boring. But it is a good way to get followers. So, pro tip. Pro tip. Yeah, I gotta make sure that my alt account has live access where I can invite guests because I couldn't do that tonight. I got banned. Yeah, I got banned tonight. It's on my YouTube page. I don't know what. It was wild. That was some fucking. Oh, no, it's not on my YouTube page yet. It's being uploaded. So it'll be there in 1 hour and 6 minutes. Yep. Is TikTok Scientist here? Can you fucking. If TikTok Scientist is here, you should send me the fucking VOD or what you have of Backwoods and Jimmy and fucking all of them over on Elders Live, because that would be fan-fucking-tastic. Just be fan-fucking-tastic. Yup. What I really need is enough people to go live, so I didn't scroll. I'm gonna go like this. Do it. It will grow. Be a real human. Start opposing USA sign injustices. Yeah, no, I'm not in the mood for that shit, to be honest. Fuck that. I'll do that when I'm in the mood for it, but not right now. And right now is like the worst time to be doing that. This is just like a little chill spot. So crazy during the day. It's nice to have like nighttime streams where it's just chill as fuck. Just saying. So much shit goes down when I'm not around, and then I come back and I'm just like, Jesus. Yeah, nighttime streams are where it's at. Oh, man. Oh, boy. boy. Um. So then I gotta download another video too. I wonder if I can just download them all at the same time, or if it would like make it if it would like slow down. Sally. Oh yeah, Sally. I think I know Sally. I don't know. Do I know
It's
Sally?
only letting me do audio only.
Have you been here before?
It's only letting me do audio only. Why is that? That's so mean. I
How
was
many
gonna show you my
followers do you have?
light catcher.
Why is it letting you do audio only? You have 1,000 followers.
I know, it's weird, right? There
Oh,
we go. I fixed it. I fixed it.
yeah. There.
It's weird, like when it asks me to go
Oh,
in as a
you.
guest, it like always only lets me do audio only as first.
Word.
Hi,
That's weird.
sunshine.
Oh
I have a friend
boy.
named Sunshine. Like literally that's her name. She's super cool. Anyways, I'm making like light catchers. Oh wait, I'm still working on it, so it's not hanging, but
Like, oh, word. That's cool.
nice. I make them out of pine needles. It's pretty fun.
Fun.
So yeah, it was a wild night earlier, hey?
Always. It's like every
Yeah.
time I come back, everything just like goes off the rails right before. I'm like, and then everybody just comes on here and they're just like, "What? Where the fuck you been?" Or in Elder's case, be like, "Oh, you were gone for 6 days when it was only 3." I'm like,
You were
"Bruh,
gone for 3 days?
yeah." Every time I leave, it's just like mayhem.
Well, that's because like nobody knows how to like moderate a conversation anymore nowadays. It's like I was telling Senna the other day, I was like, do you ever feel like in some of the lives we're in that one of those assemblies that our principal and school counselor used to force us to go to when the students weren't getting along very well and talk about it?
Yeah, it's um
And I mean like it's not that.
yeah, there was fuck, who was it? Schmitty's had a
Maybe.
video or something like that, and I left a comment. Or no, it was Fancy Pants. She made a video where it was like replying to Elder, where he's like, "The left is great until they turn on you" or some shit like that, and I'm like, my comment was like, "Yeah, it's kind of like in school when you go to school and there's that one kid that's like trying way too hard to be your friend. That's what the right does to you. They just
Yeah, like I really get like huge high school vibes from a lot of those people because they're coming from like I feel like they're coming from a place where like they used to be in school, walking through the halls and point at somebody and be like, "That kid's a nerd." And then everybody would just be like, "Yeah, that kid's a nerd. Let's make fun of him. Let's beat him up." And then everybody just like piled onto that. But like now that we're all grown-ups, they're not getting that same kind of response. Like they're seeking that leadership that they felt that they had in high school, which was really just like insecurity. And they don't know the difference. And
you're reminding me of like one dude. He's always battling. His name's Reese. He is the fucking biggest douchebag. Almost kind of he's kind of growing on me just because of how big of a douche he is.
are you calling
His
me a douchebag, Isaac?
No, his name's Reese, and he has okay. So I was talking about him earlier. He has like a chat thing where like the chat is read out on speakers, and he plays a silent game. So when you're like talking and you have the thing, his chat is able to talk to you and just talk shit. So it's like the most annoying shit because he just sits there. But then when he talks, he's like so fucking annoying. He's just like, come, come, and he just like goes like that over and over, and he just is, when he does, it's actually better when he's doing that, which is like the most annoying sound ever, because when he's not doing that, he's just the most belligerent asshole I've ever fucking seen. I'm like, and then at the end of the stream, he puts up like this picture of him being number one on the rankings, right? And it's like he
Mhm.
has like 1 million coins, and I'm like, bro, that's. And then she puts up one where she's like number one, but she had like 80,000 coins, and he's like, oh, you put that up, and that was at the beginning of the day, and then once that like all ended, right? I went
Mhm.
and I checked who had like number one spot and how many coins they had, so I could kind of do the math. And it was sitting at 1 million, and it was like 4 in the morning. So which that's 3 hours into reset, 1 million coins. So his photo was from 3 hours into the day at like the worst time of day. He did not end number one, but then he was like shit talking her for it. I'm like, I don't know if you're just like engagement baiting or what, but like, good lord, you're fucking annoying. It was driving me crazy. I'm like, fuck this guy.
Like when I go live, usually I just like making stuff and like people can like look at the stuff that I'm making, right? I get like a lot of like young kids who are like, I hate my life and the economy is horrible and I can't find a job. It's like that's who I
Been
talk to.
there. Yep, been there. Yeah, like 2014 was like when I got out of high school.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, Isaac, you're so
Alberta's
young. I'm so sorry.
Alberta's economy fucking tanked so hard. I was just like, fuck.
You don't got to tell me, man. I was just leaving not for profit fundraising that year. And it was so fucking, it was horrible. It was horrible. Companies were going out of business. It was insane.
Yeah,
Like in Alberta.
yeah, and then fuck when, yeah, that shit was brutal.
You know what? And you know what? The thing about it is that the reason we've lived through it already is so that we have practice for when it happens again, right?
Well, it happens every 7 years.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. But I mean, like, generally, it's like you have to figure out, like, when the economy crashes is basically when you're being told by the universe, like, you need to learn some new survival skills. You're too dependent on the government. You need to be able to do some shit for
So
yourself,
I'm kind of a
right?
stock junkie. So, but there is like, okay, so you know like Fibonacci or whatever,
Do
like
I
where,
know the Fibonacci?
okay, so thank you. That was perfect.
Sorry, was that too dramatic? Was that too
No, that
dramatic?
was that was perfect for the chat, you know. They don't know the Fibonacci, they do now. But anyway, so the stock market works with Fibonacci also. So it's like 68.2%. So every time that it becomes like if it crashes, like an actual crash, it'll go down to from the low point of the rally to the high point of the rally. So like say from 2007 to 2014, it would tell you it would go to like a certain point. So you take the bottom and the top and you go 68.2% down. And then at that point, that's the lowest that it'll go, and then it'll go back up. So it's just like a cycle of the stock market.
Yeah, like I
Alberta just isn't ready for it.
the thing is like I really appreciate what you're saying. I really do. Like I appreciate what you're saying because it's like real and valid in the world in which we live, right? But it's also just make believe money. And it is it in itself, just like the
Well,
top of the MLM pyramid.
sup nerdy. It's yeah,
Cuz
so
cuz
it's
like
like a giant
literally
Ponzi scheme pretty much.
yeah, it's the top of the MLM pyramid,
But
right?
that's pretty much just what money is. Like
Yeah. It's just a tool of oppression.
yeah, so like the dude that made Ethereum, when he made Ethereum, he was basically what he wanted to prove was that money is just like the figment of the human imagination.
Absolutely is.
And he then became one of the well, he became the richest man in the world, and then Ethereum went down. But then it's gonna go. He's probably one of the richest men in the world again, um, because he has so much Ethereum because he built the currency, and it's next to Bitcoin. So it's like Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's
Mm.
the two
And I
big
mean, like,
ones.
it's totally relevant in the world that we live in, but it doesn't change the fact that it's just imaginary wealth.
Yeah, but it's okay. So it's not just imaginary because it is a real thing. But it is like it doesn't have to have anything like backing it. It can be like anything can become currency. It's just something that like humans will inevitably do.
Yeah, but humans believe in a lot of make believe things. Money doesn't necessarily have to be exempt from that.
Yeah, well, I'm like I would like the I would I could go for like the Star Trek fucking economy where like money just like it's just like phased out. That would be cool, but
Oh, come on, Isaac. We all know that in Star Trek they trade in gold press latinum.
yeah, but it's like not as like important.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just
unless you're a Ferengi, but yeah, I get your point.
yeah, that shit that shit would be cool.
Yeah, it
I
would.
could
But
go
you
for
know
that.
what? The key component, like the key reason why Star Trek works is because of the replicators and everybody's ease of access to food and water and having the means
So
of that, right?
there's a thing. It's called the Venus Project. If you Google the Venus Project,
You're gonna put
it
it on the screen for us, Isaac.
so it's a nonprofit organization dedicated to designing human habitats that simultaneously enhance human well-being while remaining fit to the carrying capacity of Earth and local ecosystems, accommodating multiple resource scenarios, and resilient to any catastrophic event. In service of this purpose, the Venus Project explores new construction methods, new sources of energy, and new resource management paradigm for a humane, and sustainable culture. The pioneering origins of the Venus Project extend far into history as one of the earliest responses to the meta crisis. The history of work spans decades, and it Herdo represents a 90-year continuity. I can't read. But it's basically like making robots work for mankind. So there's a thing. If okay, so there's 8 billion people on Earth, right? Um, I don't know if you've seen it, but like Elon Musk had he took because in a Tesla there's two computers and it's like the most powerful computer on Earth, and it's just got a ridiculous amount of power, and it's basically a human brain. It's more advanced than the human brain, like it has more connections than the human brain, and it's
Oh yeah, this
yeah
is like it's supposed to be like whatever he's using for his like his actual human interface.
yeah. So
It was it's a
the
progression
computer
path for
chip
the human.
the computer chip is about the size of a human torso. So they just
Yeah.
took one of those because the reason that they have two of them in the Tesla is in case the one of them fails, there's a second one to back it up so that you don't crash and die. And then they took one of those computers and they put it into the chest of a humanoid, and it's actually getting really fucking, it's getting really fucking good. So
Is
the
it getting
idea, and
wild?
he can already produce them at like a crazy rate, right? So eventually, so right now we have 8 billion people, and like only 5 billion of them could work like maybe like a like if they were to work say like on average like 40 hours a week, they could only work like it would it would basically if you were to get like a billion robots, it would they would basically outwork the entire workforce of mankind in like 1 month instead of 1 year with just a billion.
Isaac,
So
I have a question.
if you had 8 billion robots, you would basically in 1 year's time you would be able to advance civilization at a rate of like 2,500 years at a time in 1 year. So that shit, fucking, that's where it's at, in my opinion.
Have you ever actually read the story of Dune? Like the whole, like, and not just the book of Dune, but the story of Dune?
No, I don't.
It's like $20.
I don't fuck with that shit. I just like have
It's
my
just
own.
like it's a sci-fi novel, right? It was just like
Yeah,
written a
I
long
fucking
time ago.
hate
It was
reading.
built, it was like literally, so the whole story of Dune was built on the premise of how do we keep the highways from eroding in the desert? How can we reduce the cost of maintenance on the highways and the road in the desert? And this dude showed up to visit his son, and who was an ecologist, blah blah blah. Story of Dune is created, right? But one of the things about Dune is that's very interesting if you actually do read the books is about the Tlaxu, and they're like
I
human
won't.
computers. If you ever actually did, or if you watch any of the shows, you'll see that there are the people who are like the human computers, and there's like people who are like
That's a
medical
thing.
equipment.
That's a thing now.
It's real.
So
It's real.
they just
But
did
that's the
it. They
thing.
just
That's why
put.
you should read it. That's why you should read it. But one of the
I don't
things that
have
is,
to because it's already happening, like
yeah,
in
no,
real life.
but one of the things that's really cool about it
And
is they talk
I
about.
like science, so I like reading like scientific shit. I don't like novels.
No, but this is the thing. Like they used a lot of science in it. So one of the things that they discuss the complexities of is the machine wars. And everything that the world is at this point is when they start is post machine wars. It's when the humans actually end up having to go with battle of to the machines, especially like Terminator, right? Because that's the story, right? Is that machines will eventually take over the world. And I wonder, in all of that, how, because we know that AI, all that kind of stuff, that is the fear, right? It's like when you're talking about that kind of stuff, Isaac, at what point do you think too much tech is too much tech? Because, yeah, we could have a billion robots and advanced society like thousands of years in a decade, but how much tech is too much tech, right?
Um, I well, the idea would be to have like them on another planet type thing. Like what you would do is you would use them to advance like Mars civilization and do work over there. You wouldn't need that type of workforce on Earth, but you could definitely use the workforce. Like you
But regardless
you
of
would
where the technology is located, how much tech is too much? When does it become the robots' world?
that's why you give it to Mars.
That's why you give it, yeah, but that's the thing. Like, but when does
You give
Mars
them
invade,
Mars
right?
and they're happy. They have their world, you have yours. You just coincide with
But
them.
when has ever anybody been given something and been happy with it?
Well, robots aren't going to be happy ever. So they'll be
See, and
depressed,
that's
but
the
they won't be
thing.
happy. There's robots that have
They'll
killed
be
themselves.
depressed.
No, robots have killed
I know they
themselves.
have. I believe you. I know that
It's
to be
like
true.
they've in the last few years there's been like a few cases where robots just like off themselves, which is pretty
You know what
fucking
I'm really
crazy
looking forward to
because
in that regard?
they're doing repetitive work, so they just like shut down. They get bored.
But I'm really interested to know, like, what is going to be the murder, death, kill rate of dentist robots, Isaac. We can't be too serious because we all
Well,
know that
so
dentists have the
it depends
highest
on the
MLR.
robot. It depends on the robot. So the robot, it depends. Okay, so there's a robot that what it does is it puts wires into your brain, and it's like it does surgery on your brain, and it that's what like Neuralink has is it's like a robot that connects wires into your brain so that you can hook into AI. And they just did their first study, their first human patient, and
Oh yeah.
he's basically able to like play video games, use his phone. He's fully paraplegic, and he can like use devices just by thinking, and so that's already been a thing for a while. But what's different about Neuralink is now there's more connections. So it's because BlackRock has their own version of it, but it's at the point
As they
that
would.
It's basically at the point that Neuralink is at now, but Neuralink now has this new chip. So then you're going to be able to hook into Bluetooth and you're going to be able to actually like send information to you and send information to the computer. And then you could pretty much just hook into like an insane AI and you would have like superhuman capabilities. But it wasn't ever possible to do that up until the Neuralink chip because it has like 226 wires, whereas the BlackRock version only has like nine or something like that. So it's like
That's
exponentially.
a tiny little bit of a difference.
It's like no, it's like
It's like a
exponentially
smidgen.
better.
Yeah, a smidgen of a difference. I'm being sarcastic. Like
Yeah.
that's
Oh, okay.
nine
Yeah.
is
It's
my
actually insane. Like, so they're going to
right.
be able to, the bandwidth is going to be like insane. Right now, the only bottleneck would probably be the Bluetooth connection, but I'm sure they'll fix that soon.
Well, I think that the Bluetooth connection is just like a piece of tech that I think needs to be like hyper advanced.
Oh, it is.
It needs to no, but I
No,
think it needs to
they've
be like
made some insane advancements.
yeah, like, and I don't know if it's right. Like I'm not a huge tech person. Isaac, you know this about me. You can see where I live.
Well, the
The
difference
most tech,
between Bluetooth 4 and Bluetooth 5 is crazy because, like, with
is it
Bluetooth
good?
5, oh, yeah, you can go like three times further. It can transfer like way higher quality audio. It almost sounds as good as a wire. And then it also can hook into like multiple devices at a time. So then Bluetooth
Isaac,
6, I think they already have in the works, and it's going to be fucking insane. And then
Isaac.
5G,
I live. So you know that I live in a bus by the river, right? In Alberta.
okay.
And I am starting a project basically called Camp for Witches. And Senna is supposed to be coming this summer. And it's only like an hour and a half away from where you are. You should come.
Fucking
And you
Sundre. I used to live in Sundre. That was
not
fun.
in Sundre. Not in
I used to
Sundre.
live in Sundre.
Yeah, but I know you're like in Calgary
Camps.
now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like for a mere 1 hour and one half ride, you could totally come and have Camp for Witches and we could have like a river day.
Word, word. Alberta's great. I'm
I
like
live in the
big
best
fan
part
of
of it, I
big
think.
fan of Dixon Dam. The police kind of shut it down though.
Oh yeah, I'm on private land in the watershed garden, so
Word. Yeah, no, I'm in the city where all the rednecks are scared to come get me because they hate big cities. So,
well, you know, they really get angry when they get scared, so we don't want to upset them too much.
man, they I've like I've ran into like a few people that I know in real life on here, and like one dude made videos at me, and I'm like, buddy, you're just jealous.
What do you
Like,
mean he made videos at you?
he made a bunch of videos at me, and I don't know if he even recognized me. I think he probably did, but he was not expecting the response that he got.
Really?
Kind of felt bad actually. It was pretty funny.
Aww.
It was
Did
yeah.
it hurt his feelings?
Oh man, so I went into one live where they were all just like sitting there like oh fuck this guy and like talking about like beating me up and stuff, and I'm just like you guys are
Like,
like
why does it always resort to violence with them? Like, why is their arguments always so cheap that it always resorts to violence? If you have a
yeah,
valid argument, you shouldn't have to resort to violence.
yeah, they're so it's fucking Alberta. I'm so fucking used to it at this point that it like doesn't even bother me. I'm just like, and then you like try and intimidate me online, and I'm like, I deal with this shit in real life literally all the fucking time. Like,
And it's really hard to get them to understand that what they're doing doesn't make them like cool or special because there's a bazillion other people who are trying to be just like them, right? In that moment.
yeah, like it would happen to me at the bar all the time, and it would just be like, just the way that everything would like unfold. I'd pretty much just like like all the chicks would just turn on them, and they just like feel like a fucking loser. And I'm like, yeah, I don't really have to fight, you know. Got the women on my side. They don't like it, they never really like swing or anything like that. And if they did, it was just like, the fuck are you doing? He literally did fucking nothing. Like, grow the
Yeah, they're
fuck
pretty
up.
impotent. And I don't think that they realize like how impotent they are because
It's pathetic.
most of their energy is being like taken up by their anger. And it's like, but if you're ever actually going to be in charge of anything, if you ever think that you're going to be a leader in something, you know, you got to put your money where your mouth is. You got to put your actions into work, like your words into action, right? But they're like all of their energy just like blows out the top of their head in rage that like I just
Like
don't understand why they
backwoods.
think I don't understand why they think they can be effective at anything, let alone making a valid argument because they're so easy to anger, right?
With backwoods tonight, I'm just like, how do
Oh
you
my
take
god.
yourself seriously? And he just lost it. I'm like,
I was there. I came in like right in. I think I was there like 5 minutes, I think, before you got cut off. I was like, wild, wild. It was wild. I got caught
oh
up in
yeah,
it. I'm not
it's
gonna
on
lie.
YouTube in 38 minutes.
That was wild. I don't really watch a lot of stuff on YouTube. Oh, you should watch my husband comedy videos though.
Oh, this one's gonna be fucking worth the. I'm probably gonna upload it on the Isaac Unhinged channel, so it'll just be like, yeah, like a part series like the last one. It's pretty easy to do because now you can upload
Is it,
30
can you go
minute.
on my, is my YouTube on here? I don't even know like where my YouTube is. Hold on.
Yeah, I
I have,
need 2 more subscribers and then I can go live on YouTube.
no, you only need one because we're fixing that right now.
Nice. 1 more subscriber. I'm excited because like nights like tonight, it would be so fun to go onto YouTube also. Like just like take a break from TikTok and then just like go build an audience on a different platform for a bit. Oh my God, I can't wait. It's like exciting for me because
I'll make it
TikTok is
happen.
great, but like to be able to like take a break from TikTok and go onto another platform that's like pretty much even like bet for like long format content, which I like doing, YouTube is where it's at, right? So then to be able to build the platform the same way that I do it here is like such a luxury that I don't think anybody's really processed yet because nobody's like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber. They all like TikTok, right? But YouTube is 100% where it's at for like building a community. Because when you're on YouTube, um, like if I were to upload a short, instead of it being like a 3 second attention span, it would be like the average watch time would be like 250%. So like they'll watch it over and over and then
Is that
swipe to
what
the next.
happens on YouTube?
Yeah, so you like I uploaded a video and it was 1 minute long. It had 16,000 views on it. And I had like 170% retention rating.
That's all right, hey?
So like the majority of them watched it twice.
That's like 1 and 3/4 times, right?
Yeah, and then on same video on TikTok at that time got taken down. And it got taken down and when it was up, it had like like my videos on TikTok, the retention rating is like literally 2 seconds. Whereas on YouTube, it's just like poof. Like Lisa Bella has 17,000 subscribers because she just like posts shorts on there, and she has
Really?
17,000 fucking subscribers on YouTube. And then people
Because
on TikTok are
what
like
kind of
shit
content's
talking
this?
her. I'm like, I wouldn't fuck with Lisa Bella. She's got a bigger, more loyal following than like anyone here. It's crazy. Then she comes here and just gets shit on all the time, and it's like, but then
You know what?
me and her
Every
arguing is like her best performing content on there. So she that
You're just trying to keep the lady fed.
she
You just want her to be
she's
able to make
actually
videos.
awesome. I like Lisa Bella.
Yeah, that's why
She's
you want to make sure she eats at night. You got to feed her that good content.
yes, she so like the video of me like getting mad at her is like she could post that on her YouTube page and everybody would be like, fuck this guy. It's great. Like reading the comments about me that are just like all hate comments on YouTube. I'm like, this is the fucking shit. Like I get something from it too, you know? It's like and then you have like okay, so what she did is she posted the TikTok scientist video of me and her arguing about racism, and then she she uploaded just the TikTok scientist video, and it was just it was fucking ridiculous. She had like 1.6K views or something like that.
Okay.
So many fucking comments, and so there's a lot of them that are like, "Oh, fuck this guy," right? And then there's a few people that are just like they don't know who I am or anything, and they're just like in the comments defending me and having like in-depth conversations. I'm like, this is so fucking funny. And then some people are like, "How do I go on this show or whatever?" I'm like,
How do I go on
I'm
this
like,
show?
I'm well, yeah. I
Just
like
ask.
reply. I'm like, you gotta, you're welcome anytime, just on TikTok, bro. Like,
You just gotta ask.
come on up.
It's amazing what you get for when you just ask for it. Hey, Isaac.
Yeah. Um. He's he needs a free helicopter ride.
So, Isaac, I have some questions for you.
Oh, and then she's like going up against like some pedo on there. It's
Hmm.
fucking. It's she's actually got good content on YouTube. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, like
Hey,
this
I have
video
a
has,
question.
get this, this video has 619 likes. The retention rating is probably like fucking, that's just likes.
Mm-hmm.
So she's popping off on YouTube.
Hold
It's
on a second.
actually fucking sick.
Chalfaz, leave Kevin alone. He does not want to go mousing with you right now. Leave him alone. Go outside by yourself. My cats are gonna fight.
Oh, cats, fucking, cats don't like me because I always show up at like the worst time.
Well, they're not really gonna fight. They're
Oh,
playing a
word. That's
game
a
right
really
now.
pretty cat.
I have the best fucking cats in the world.
There's, there's a cat that I want that, it's like really small and white and it has the personality of a dog and I'm like I fucking want it. It's so cute and fluffy and it's like the perfect amount of fluff. It's hypoallergenic. It's like $3,000. I'm like I fucking want it. I don't even care it's 3 grand. People are like, why would you spend 3 grand on a cat when it's free? I'm like, cause like look at this fucking thing. And they're like, oh.
So
It's
that
like a
cool looking cat that you were talking about, that's Tralfaz. I rescued him from a feral state after an animal attack in the wilderness. And we were able to track down his original owners, and he actually had developed a breeding aggression, and he had been sent away to live with somebody else at a farm because nobody could handle him anymore, and he turned into an absolute baby in our arms. So they just agreed that he could live with me for the rest of his life. And him and Kevin are hunters together. They're working cats. All my everybody has a job where I live, right? And they hunt together. I trained them to hunt together. And when Tralfaz wants to play, he asks Kevin, and if Kevin doesn't want to go hunt, then he like gets mad at him and they fight each other. It's and then
word.
they'll go mousing in like 5 minutes. It's the funniest thing.
So that one is blocked for copyright. Gotta fix that.
Why do
So,
you have these blocked for copyright?
you can just cut it out, but because music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sometimes people play music, and it doesn't really matter because I can just like edit it in the fucking YouTube. Like, there's literally a button you press, and it just removes all the fucking music from. It'll just either silence it or cut it out. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. I do like it.
Technology.
Sorry.
I said technology is wild.
Yeah, I'm loving YouTube. Like last 28 days I got 32 hours of watch time or something like that. And like I don't get that many views. And then you need one second. So
You just
um
need one more follower now to be able to go live?
yeah. So for So,
Here, I'm gonna get you one more live follower, Isaac. Hold on a second. I'm gonna yell. Dale,
Yeah.
follow Isaac Unleashed on YouTube. Are you on YouTube? Go on YouTube and follow Isaac Unleashed on our and subscribe to Isaac Unleashed.
video?
Isaac. He's our friend, and he needs one more follower to go live, and that's you. And you're gonna follow Dale back, right?
I could do that.
If you follow Dale back, please.
So I need, okay, so for right now I have 22 public watch hours and I need 3,000 to be in the
Creator?
creator program, and then well, monetization, and or 3 million in shorts. So like Lisa Bella is like making money off YouTube at
Red
this
cap,
point.
green screen,
Yeah, little kid with pink earphones.
pink earphones. Yep, that's it.
It's fucking sweet.
That's okay. Just follow him so he can go live and monetize his content.
Watch pay. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Like you can it was
And
pretty
he'll
funny.
come to your comedy show when you come to town next summer. In the summer.
My
Yeah, I get.
I was like I was wearing these headphones and my sister's like, "You have pink AirPods Max too?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "What? I got those." I'm like, "Nice." Yeah. When I wore them to work the first time, my boss was like, "Do those headphones come in men?"
What an insecure thing to say.
Oh, it was so. Oh, he was just joking, but it was just like
I know.
fucking. Yeah. Only in Alberta you get that kind of treatment from your boss. You know, not actually, but no, they're fucking like people are crazy out here when you're working. Like, you gotta be careful. People fucking. I've seen so many like fist fights. I've been in fist fights at work.
What
Everybody's just like, Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Nobody tells the boss. Fucking love
what
that
kind of
shit.
work do you do, Isaac?
I've done lots. So I was a
But like currently,
carpenter,
what field are you in?
sales. I was a carpenter, and then I became an RV tech. But then I've also like done temp work. Um,
Isaac,
yeah.
can we talk about my refrigerator?
Oh yeah. What's up?
Have you seen anything what's happening about my refrigerator?
No, I haven't. What's happening with it?
Well, my freezer is freezing, but my fridge is not fridging. And we have burped it 3 times, and we're just into the last 4 hours. We've just turned it on after a
So
4 hour settling.
go to the fridge and open it.
Hold on one second.
I'm thinking I think I
Like
might know what it is.
move things in order to get mobile.
No, I don't think she needs to regas it. I think I know what it is. Um,
No, it is a propane off-grid appliance.
yeah, I know what.
It's
Okay, go
not
and show
fan.
me it because I don't know what
Oh
it
no, I
looks
just
like.
like think she has to regas. When she says that you have to regas it, it's like it doesn't work the same as that, right?
Because I need to see what like model it is. I think I think
Oh,
your
it is
thermostat's probably
a
off.
it is a unique propane QT6 or CT6
Like Dometic or
propane.
yeah, I'm just
I
wondering
think
what
it's an
brand.
RV appliance.
Oh, you got like one of them. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, the
open it.
freezer is really freezing.
Oh, okay, I know. Okay, so you see where the fins are at the top?
Yeah.
There's like a little tab on there.
It's right here. I know where you're talking about.
Yeah, so move that up or down. I'll look it up. You gotta, that's the adjustment for it. So I think down is, I think down, you move that, you slide that tab down and it should make it so that your fridge gets cold too.
Yeah,
That's,
well, Yeah, like that makes sense because that is the thermostat for the fridge, and I know that.
Yeah, stuff will bump it and it will move, and then the freezer will get cold and the fridge part won't.
Interesting, interesting.
Double bump it.
No, he says that we might have to just like adjust the thermostat in the refrigerator because maybe something's bumped it and the thermostat isn't going on, so the cold isn't coming through from the freezer.
Well, because if it's cold at the top and not at the bottom, so your thermostat would be turned down, so you need to turn it up, which I don't know, I forget which way you slide it. Like I don't work in RVs anymore, but you slide it either up or down, I think. But anyways, what it does is it makes it so that
Everything you say makes sense,
it
though.
gets
I know what you mean.
colder. So, yeah. That's what I would try that first, and then there's a couple other things that you do too.
Yeah. Because
So have you
we
like
talked,
tipped it upside down yet at all?
that's burping it. Yeah, we've done that. We've actually done that 3 times because the first time, oh, sorry. Hold on. Wait, Isaac. I
Good
had to run across my
times.
house
I
real quick.
don't miss working on RVs.
Um, no, so we flipped it upside down 3 times already because we think we didn't quite get it right. But then the
How long
third
did you
time,
do it for? Because you do it for 30 minutes, I believe.
well, because our fridge is the size that it is, it's just, anyways, we did it first the way that the guy told us on when we called propane refrigerator repair tech. He's like, I'm not even coming to talk to you unless you do these things. So we did all those things. And then we talked to another friend of ours who like who's pretty smart, who like knows about stuff, kind of autistic. And he said, "Oh, you need to do it like for your kind of fridge. Like the nuance of it is that you got to lay it on its side for 30 minutes. It's like non-radiator side for 30 minutes, and then you have to turn it upside down for like 12 hours. Then you have to put it on the other side for 30 minutes, and then you have to put it upright. But when you put it upright, you have to do it slowly." Anyways, we did the whole circus act. We have flipped the fridge over probably 17 times in the last 3 days.
Yeah, I don't know
And
about the doing it on its side. I'm pretty
but
sure
this
you're
is
not.
just like the finickiness that people are
Well, you would
who
just
who
tip it
have dealt.
upside down. One sec.
The
I
fridge is as big as me, Isaac. It's as big
I
as me.
have I have oh it might be on my hard drive. I have like all the fucking books and shit.
Get a rubber mallet,
Yeah.
bemused, and just try whacking the radiator coils at the back at first. And
Um
clean your fridge. Like go into your
get a
fridge, go out
get a
back in your fridge,
thermostat.
clean
Do you have a
everything.
thermostat at all?
For the fridge,
No, like just like a handheld thermostat cuz
like a thermometer.
yeah, thermometer, sorry. I'm fucking
Yeah, we
um
do. We actually, yeah, we had one, and we're just like literally, I'm saying like 3 hours ago, we flipped it back up onto its we turned it back on again to see if maybe it's gonna work now, right? But bemused, if you actually go and look at your fridge specs, like your owner's manual, it's gonna tell you all about the things that you're supposed to be doing on a
yeah, so
regular
you would want
basis
to
to
move
maintain
that
your fridge.
tab up and it will probably fix
Yeah,
it.
it's secured with a screw right now, the where the tab is. Like the tab is secured to the fridge with a screw. So is that, I wonder if that's some kind of shipping bolt or something. But I'm gonna
Yeah,
deal with
definitely
that.
slide it up like quite a bit and then get the thermometer and make sure that it's like going up. And then if it doesn't go up, then you probably would want
Yeah.
to try something else.
Dale's like pointing the thermostat, like the thermometer at the we have like the laser thermometer. He's
Hmm.
like pointing that at the fridge. Like every time he's like going around, he like checks the cat's temperatures and the kit in the fridge's temperature, and then he checks my temperature just to make sure that it's working properly. It's funny. He's a funny
Yeah,
guy.
it's I would definitely try that first if you haven't done that already.
Yeah, we'll do that in the morning when we're like he's editing YouTube videos right now, so and the fridge not working is a pain in the ass, but it's not a real urgent situation for us because
Man, one time when I was homeless, I got to like this one spot, and first thing I did was dig like an ice box, and it was probably like one of the fucking sketchiest looking things I've ever done because it looked like I was digging a grave. I'm like, somebody like found it when I was out getting McDonald's, and they were like, fucking completely took it apart, and then was, I think they were just like, oh, okay,
They
it's,
mess with your stuff.
well, they took it apart because they were like, what the fuck is this? It it looked super suspicious. It literally looked like I was digging a grave.
Um, I'm trying to find somebody who's like a potter who works with clay, who can like build me an ancient refrigerator. Because I don't want to have to learn how to be a potter in addition to all the other skills I've had to learn being houseless, unhoused. Because this whole refrigerator debacle has just taught me that refrigeration is a convenience I prefer to live with rather than without, but I also hate technology and need to find an ancient way of accomplishing this so I don't have to depend on the technology anymore.
Yeah, Icebox is great. It
But I
worked
want to
really
like
good.
I want to do like a custom I want to do like a custom one that's like a bottom chest and a top chest, right? But then I want to do where there's space, an inside and an outside, and in between I want to fill that with sand and water, like the real way that it's supposed to be done, like the ancient way, right? But it's so hard to find a potter who will throw a custom mold for you that has a hollow inner core, right?
Word, word.
But it
I
can
don't
be
know.
done.
You pretty much
I
do
know.
anything these days with YouTube.
I know. I just don't want to have to like add off-grid refrigerator, you know, passive functioning refrigerator, no energy needed onto my resume maker. You have one of the what do you have one of those? Do you have a cool refrigerator that doesn't require electricity or gas to use?
I did when I was homeless. It
I
worked
know,
great.
isn't it? Isaac, do you kind of miss being homeless? Like in
Nope. That shit was fucking bullshit.
well, you weren't homeless. You were homeless, like you were forced homeless though. You didn't
Yeah.
consciously make a choice to do that. A laser thermometer. Yeah,
I
those are
also I also don't like being like in an RV because I feel homeless when I'm in an RV. I always said like uh that like when you live out of an RV it's basically like being homeless. It's like glorified homelessness.
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I renovated an entire bus because I just didn't want to live in a house in the city anymore. I
Yeah,
couldn't
no,
stand.
I don't mind that, but like fucking being fucking like homeless without any fucking appliances or money and shit, and then them fucking yeah, all that, fuck that shit. But I don't know, I wouldn't like it would be there are like setups that I could totally go for. I wouldn't mind uh doing that shit, but it would definitely, I don't know, I'd rather just do it for fun.
If you could ensure certain comforts, would you do it again easy?
If I just, what I would do is I would just like have an RV and just go camping. That's what I would do. Just because I fucking worked on so many RVs in my life, I just fucking hate being in RVs. Spent more time in RVs than I spent in my house in the last fucking 10 years, probably.
You ever want to complain about having slides? Like you should talk to my husband. He will complain about slides anytime, all day.
I love slides,
Fucking
but I also know
RV.
how to fix slides, so I'm like not too worried about it. They are
They're
fucking annoying if you don't know what you're doing.
and their components are always the most inaccessible.
It depends on what model you have. If you have like a Schwintek, then yeah, those are fucking kind of annoying to work on.
Have you
But
had a
the like
Kodiak?
old school like uh fuck, what's it called? They're like they have like a ram at the bottom. Those are
Yeah.
great. But then there's certain models that are fucking terrible to work on.
We had a
But there's only
Kodiak. It was the
there's
worst.
they're only like there's only like three different types of slides, and there's only one that's like really fucking hard to work on. The Schwintek ones, they look really intimidating, but they're actually super easy to work on. I actually don't mind Schwintek slides. It's annoying when there's not enough space between it and the wall to get in there.
Yeah.
That's where I come in with my skinny arms. Used to
Something
be
to be
like,
said for having skinny long arms, eh?
yeah, but I don't know. I did a lot of like water systems because for some reason I kept getting the fucking leaky trailers. Like it was like every trailer I got had a leak. It was so fucking annoying.
Was that because of like improper winterization though?
No, it was just straight from the factory. Nobody else would get leaky trailers, and I'd get one like every fucking day. They'd be like,
It's like a
"Are you like
conspiracy.
making them leak?" I'm like, "No, I swear to God." They're like, "I know you aren't, but like, cause we like I had to like report on it and stuff." And they would like read each one because they suspected I was like making them leak, but they were like, no. And they'd come and check, and they'd be like, how the fuck are you always getting the ones that are leaking? Like, it doesn't make sense. They're like, are you doing something different? Show them how I do it. They're like, no, you're not doing anything wrong. I don't know. Like, what the fuck?
Do you ever like do you ever just like when you were like handing over a return to like the service writer that communicates with the customer and be like, and the leak, and just like hold the leak paperwork to the very last one because it's just ridiculous and funny at that point. Oh, no leak today, Isaac. Oh no, I was just holding that report off till last.
But yeah, that was pretty much like every day.
Yeah, that's cool.
It was annoying because they would like get me in trouble for it, and I'm like, what did I do?
You know
What?
what? That kind of shit is the reason why that guy in China who works at the water treatment plant didn't report COVID straight away. Because he got in trouble for doing his job the way he was supposed to actually do it.
Yeah, yeah, and then like um there was ones where they'd be like, "Duh, don't even bother," and then the customer would come back with like a poopy tank. I'm like, told you.
Remember when I told you the things and the words and stuff? What do we think? It's looking good, hey, Isaac?
Yeah, there was one trailer, or not trailer, it was like a bus, and oh my god, I was working on it for like 3 weeks. The thing was just fucked up, and it was like a $250,000 unit, and it was just mangled when it got. It's like, oh my god, it had every water leak imaginable. So you'd fix one, and you'd be like, They'd be like, did you fix anything? I'm like, well, I have the pictures to back it up. Like, it was definitely leaking. They're like, holy fuck. And then I fixed like 7 leaks on that thing. Had to fix all the slides, like had to like on those buses they have these like drapes that come down over the windshield.
Yeah, yeah,
Those
yeah.
weren't even programmed, so they like would not work. They're terrible to work on. The company that makes them is like fucking 3 week wait time to even get a hold of them type thing. They used the wrong what's up, Puma? They used the wrong grommets in the fucking in the tanks, so the hole was cut too big, and I had to like one of them I fixed like super like redneck. How's Puma doing? I fixed one like super redneck, and then the other one was like I was like, okay, something's wrong. And then the other one started leaking again. And I'm like, what the hell? So then I was like at home one night and I was like, oh yeah, there's two different grommets. So then I like hunted one down at like a different RV dealership because we didn't have any. Tried it, it worked. Then we called like every dealership out there and none, it was the last one. None of them had this style of grommets. So then we had to order them and it took like a month to come in, and they're like, this better work, this better work. And then I finished the job in like 30 minutes. I'm like, told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I'm so
was,
happy. My husband is a plumber slash gas fitter. And if you're gonna be like doing this, that's the best spouse to have. Is somebody
yeah.
with like trade skills like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't do it if I, if I like didn't have yeah. How's Puma? I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I already asked you how you are. I'm freaking I don't know. I just took a little bit of a
Feeding the birds, Isaac. You're feeding the
yeah.
birds.
I had a little
Oh, look at me feeding the birds right
something I
now.
can't talk about. We can't talk about it. Um, and
Feed the
then
birds.
just just what we're doing is you should subscribe to me on YouTube. Um, we're promote. I can go live on YouTube now, like on the on.
Did he follow you?
Yeah, I got 50. Thank
Good.
you.
You're
Went from
welcome. I told
35 to
you.
went from 35 to 50 tonight.
That's pretty good.
Killing it. Yeah, I just need 500 now. That's the next goal, and then I can be on the creator program. Shit,
You know
then
what,
I
Isaac?
and then at
You know
that
what
point I'll.
I'm gonna manifest for you. So you know how like H3 always like never wins that award at the YouTube Awards?
You're a Fupa Trooper?
Shh.
Oh shit.
I'm asking, this is
I'm
pop
stoked.
culture
I
internet
like you.
stuff. This
Oh
is
yeah, no,
pop culture
I've
internet.
been following H3 since like way the fuck back when he came out. So I pretty much watched the ever since I started doing this, I haven't watched much H3, but up until I started streaming, H3 was on like all day every day.
Okay, so I have a question for you, and you have to hold on to the end to me. This is what I'm gonna
You froze.
manifest for you. So you know how H3 never wins that award, and they whenever they don't win it, they just like get up and storm out and never talk to anybody, right?
Oh
You know the
yeah,
one I'm
the
talking
fucking
about?
this streamy award or whatever.
Yeah, I know about it, but I don't know anything about it. I just know about it, right? And I
Yeah.
just know he always is up for this award. He never wins it. He always gets so mad and he takes off,
Yeah,
right?
the
It's
Jay
fun.
Shetty always wins.
Yeah.
Fucking Shetty.
Isaac,
I don't like Shetty
I am
either.
going to manifest for you that the
No.
year that H3 is going to make it, because whoever was slated to potentially beat him just for some reason isn't nominated, whatever. You're going to like all of a sudden just like pop up and be like, look at me and my chaos goblinness, right? And you're going to take it away from him.
The goal is to get it so that when Ethan is like taking a shit, he like accidentally stumbles upon my shit and he's just like fully invested because there's some moments like mornings are always the craziest and California, you know, they're getting up like anywhere from 8 to like well he starts work at like noon, so he'd probably be up at like 10 o'clock, which would be like 11 o'clock here. Shit gets crazy. That would be
I feel
that would
like
be
you're going to steal that
fucking
award
funny
from him.
because he would fucking he would get
He'd punch
invested into
you.
this shit.
I think he might punch you.
Dude, there are some moments where I'm just like fuck, like during those like because a live broadcast is just like, you know, it's
Hmm.
way different than watching like what I have on YouTube where it's like all the content, right?
Yeah.
Like not live is not the same. Like or yeah, live is not the same as like video content. It's way fucking different. So yeah, moments like that, yeah, that would be entertaining. Because
Right?
Canadians are funny as shit. Like especially when you get like when they're arguing and there's just like so much testosterone and they're yelling at each other. Ah, it's the best. They're oh, it's so fucking funny sometimes. Like the one series on the Isaac's Unhinged where it's like Grumpy and Jimmy yelling at each other. That shit was fucking entertaining and I'm just like I was so burnt out. I was streaming that was like hour number 8 or something like that. Like that was that day I almost streamed like 24 hours, I'm pretty sure.
You were like crazy there for a while. And I mean like I good night cuz like I'm working like a night shift essentially because well, I live in a bus. I need a fireplace to stay warm, hence alive. And so it's coldest at night. It is important that the fire stays lit. So we like stay up all night so we don't die at night, right? And we sleep at this like weird morning hour.
Same.
And I would notice that you were just like on like all the time because I was never
Yeah.
sleeping for longer than like 2 or 3 hours at a time.
Yeah.
And you would
That's
always,
actually healthier if you do it properly.
yeah, like I don't really like subscribe to typical sleeping arrangement, like sleep
Yeah.
schedules anymore because A, it doesn't matter for me. I just need to know if I'm awake when the stores are open, then I'll go to the stores if I have to go to a store. But that's really the only thing that dictates time for us is like when stores are open.
I try to
Like,
sleep like 4 hours at a time. And if I have to, I'll do like 8 hours, but I try and like sneak in like a nap here and there, and then I'm always live, and it's so fun because I used to play RuneScape, right? So that game is just constant, nonstop. Like you're just like grinding. I think I have over an entire year played 24 hours, like 24 hour, like entire year played on that game on one account. So, and that account is just like, that's like nothing. I have accounts that have like, I probably spent like 6 years of my life playing that game. And I would grind near the end, I would like grind out a 99 and it was just like nothing. I would just sit there for like 40 hours and just non-stop like tick manipulation, just fully invested, like 12. So this is very similar schedule to that. And you do get like burnout, but I could go on RuneScape, which is not nearly as fun as this. I could do that for like, which is like the most boring game ever. I could do the most boring shit for like 16 hours at a time, no problem.
I think we need to normalize, Isaac, that our autistic leanings are to keep us up at night and make us want to do tasks that everybody else might feel is monotonous or overwhelming.
Yeah, well,
And that is a good time for us.
there's like a theory because in like a tribe you would have the one person that stays up at night to protect, right? Or like even just like in a family, you have the generally families will have one person, like if you have like a big family, one person will generally be like just naturally stay up at nighttime. And
Yeah, just be a
it's
night
like a
owl.
genetic thing so that there's somebody watch because we're like a family creature, you know, we're very family like we protect and then we
We
get
try to
into
work
like
together to have
tribes and stuff
everybody's
like that,
needs met,
build
right?
and we but it's mostly the family that because you'll have a lot of stuff stuff is like because we like had to survive, so we have
It's okay to
genetic
acknowledge that we
mutations.
have nature,
We have like
and it
genetic
is a
mutations
natural.
for certain gifts and stuff,
Yeah.
and with me it's staying up at night, but and like a bunch of other shit. I don't know. I was out in the fucking woods with like fuck all with the dog hanging out, and I did just fine, and I didn't go crazy like most people. They say that we do better in like an apocalypse situation because we don't need human interaction the same way. We wouldn't go like
Yeah.
a normal person would go insane. Neurotypical, not normal. I should probably say.
Yeah, neurotypical.
People
Like
hate the
it's a
word
spectrum.
normal.
It's a spectrum. It's included on that spectrum. There's like a tippy point, right, where you just where the left becomes the right and are wrapped back around again, right? But like, um, yeah, no, I totally get it because I have always been super excellent at identifying danger sources. Like I'm always the first person to see the bear. I actually did a really funny TikTok about that one time. And because people like would ignore my good advice sometimes, and so then I just stopped trying to give them good advice and took care of myself, and it became a
You
thing.
you just remind me of something. It's like
And
I gotta
I
write that
am
down.
super good at like finding food in the wild. Ever since I was a little kid, my mom would come across me and she'd be like, "What are you eating?" And I'd be like, "Spring onions from the riverbed." And my mom would be like freaking out because I'm just like eating plants from the wild. But no, I would have found a little spring onion patch, like wild onions that are perfectly edible, and I would find that stuff ever since I was a little kid. It was like a very consistent thing, right? Tell me that's not a
Oh
useful.
man, where I was, there was so many berries. It was awesome. I was just like, I was just kind of like walking through like this like little area, right? And I just look and there's a like Saskatoon bush, and then I look and it's like an entire field of Saskatoons. I'm like, what? Just wild Saskatoons. Like no, you can't because they were just like small little bushes at that time, and they were like really small. But so there was like only like a few berries on each one, and I just like fucking it's just like
Isaac, if I say to you,
raspberries and stuff.
if I say
Sorry.
to you, I have a hollow path. Do you know what a hollow path is? Where like the bushes and the trees like connect at the top of the path, so it's like a tunnel, but it's of a greenery on a pathway. Can you imagine
Okay.
that? Right?
Yeah, kind of. Not really. No.
Okay, so imagine you're in a
Fucking
tunnel. You're
bad.
going through a hallway, and then imagine that that hallway is actually just dense bushes on either side of you, and there's a beaten path below you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's what my Saskatoon berry batch is like.
Nice.
So, like,
Yeah. I yeah, I like did you see what I built like in the trees, like my little encampment that I built? It was
I did.
wild.
I've heard about it tons, and I saw a
Okay,
video
so
actually
the
of the.
first one, okay, so the prototype one, like the spot that I like found, I just like went there like at like midnight with a tiny little shovel like this big, and it was like on a steep hill, and I just like dug out the steep hill perfectly
Just dug a
flattened like
trench.
a huge fucking flat spot on a hill. So it was just like this in the ground and then just trees all around. There was like 6 or 7 trees, and I just like tied up a bunch of rope, and it turned it like just had like a giant tent, and it was camouflage, so it's really fucking hard to see. Just a giant fucking like tent, and then I used that to like kind of chill the fuck out every once in a while, bring the ladies over.
Just have some private space to yourself. Do you know, like, Isaac, do you know how happy I am for you that you went and built yourself a fort in the middle of nowhere where nobody could bug you? Because I was
Oh,
totally
the
that kid
people, it
who
was
built
in
a
the
fort
middle
in
of
the
the
woods.
city.
I
People like, and
totally
there
did
was
that.
like
I
people
had
that
like,
were working and shit, and I didn't know that they could see it. And then they're just like, "Yo, you got that tent?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Didn't see it for 3 days." I'm like, they're like, "Now it's the only thing I can look at." I'm like, "Okay." They're like, "Can you take that down?" I'm like, "Yeah, I can take it down." They're like, "Okay, cool, cool."
that's funny. No,
By
I
that time, I
always
built
used
like a
to.
little RV and shit, so
Yeah,
it
I
was
saw
pretty
your
cool.
little RV that you built.
Yeah, that shit was cool. I'm gonna build another one because it's not too hard to build, but the next one I want to do just like a little bit bigger
Yeah.
because I didn't think it would be that light. Like that thing literally weighed like 30 pounds. Like the framing for it, it was so fucking. I towed it with my skateboard.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about that guy, right?
It was sick. It was built out of cedar. And then you know what I discovered? When I got there, there was like so many fucking ticks. So I had to like de-tick it, of course, right? But then um it like
How
it
did you reduce
complete
the ticks in the area?
well, there's a thing you can get at Walmart, but then this is what I discovered too. Because at one point I was like, there is no ticks around me, right? And then there was ticks everywhere else in the park. But the reason why they weren't there was because cedar sawdust is poisonous to them. Like if they touch cedar sawdust, they're allergic to it and they'll die.
Really?
Yeah. So
Did
that
you see where I
was
found a
it's
tick in here in December? Yeah, in December or January?
and okay, so No, I didn't. Oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah, I seen that. Um, they're yeah, they're out in the winter, but there's a thing you can get at Walmart. One is like a mosquito repellent, and it just like burns butane. I always had one of those, and then there's another one. The company makes the same thing, and it deticks like a quarter mile or something. So it's like a 1 kilometer radius. Uh, yeah, it's a 1 kilometer radius. So it's like um, a a mile wide. It would,
I know
yeah.
how much you file a
Yeah,
kilometer.
so it's just like a giant fucking circle, and then it basically it kills all ticks for like 3 months. So I just got sick of the ticks, and I went to Walmart and bought one of those, and then they were all gone. I was like, yeah, it did everybody a favor. Like they were bad when I got there. Be like every 2 minutes, like what is going on? Yeah,
I don't know. I'm trying to like contemplate like what kind of preparations I want to have if all of a sudden like where I'm living becomes a tick infested area because of the wildfires or whatever happens to happen this winter or this summer. And because we were in a green zone last year, like it rained almost every other day, but there was literally like a circle around us that was green and everywhere else was on fire, right? And so we encountered a lot of like different like animals and critters and bugs and the list kind of just like continued like the further on we got in time, right? And so the only thing I didn't really see a lot of last year were ticks, but I've already seen one. Like I saw one in January in my house on my body.
they're everywhere.
Like that was wild. Like what the heck, it's January.
Oh yeah, no, they they do they do operate in the winter. There's like
Yeah.
probably more ticks because I don't think all do or something like that. Like where
It
there's
was
some
a
fucking
regular
catch.
dog tick. I was
There,
shocked.
but yeah, I can't remember how they. Yeah, they're fucking. They're like my worst enemy. I hate them.
I had a tick one time. Like I was a little kid. I remember I woke up one morning and there was a tick stuck to me and I saw it. I knew what it was. I just started like, imagine like 5-year-old me screaming at the top of my lungs. My dad came over and burned it with a cigarette and took it off of me. But I literally made my mom take me to the doctor. Like the next, like I cried. I cried. I was like, you have to go get me tested for diseases, mom.
Yeah, no. I there's you can like burn a match, and then right after you burn the match, you blow it out and you put it on the back, and the sulfur smoke will like make it like come out of you
Yeah.
because they hate sulfur. And yeah, that's like heat, but heat does it, but the sulfur makes it, yeah, sulfur works too. Because you can like kill it if you burn it, which then it like, but they come back like, ugh, they're fucked. Apparently, ugh, they're so nasty.
We have to stop talking about ticks.
It's definitely a solvable problem though.
Yeah. Like we talked about it good. We got some
We should just like get
resolutions.
rid of all ticks and all mosquitoes, and then I think the world would be a better place.
But I just also feel like having a good Muscovy duck.
Apparently, if we got rid of mosquitoes, it would like not even be that bad.
Apparently, if we got rid of mosquitoes, I heard it would be the opposite because there's a lot of animals and species that depend on the animals that eat mosquitoes. But there's just so many fucking mosquitoes, we're not even sure which insects are eating them.
They're fucking nasty.
They're the worst. That's okay.
Don't they
I
just like carry? Don't they just like carry disease and fuck up everything? I feel like that's probably what they do.
No, I think it's just like large gatherings of humans that do
Just
that.
all the animals
Mosquitoes.
just depend on mosquitoes. They're just like
It's like apparently it would not be as fast as if bees disappeared,
breeding breeding new
but it would be
forms
as
of like
It would be
bringing
as
new
if
forms of malaria so that it's like a super virus.
yeah, but what animals have we been killing that are supposed to be eating the mosquitoes and and that's why they're spreading malaria, Isaac? It's deeper than that. Like what was supposed to be eating mosquitoes that we destroyed, that mosquitoes are spreading all these disease now? There's supposed to be a check for mosquitoes. Where's the check for mosquitoes? We killed it.
Did you know that there was like giant sloths and shit?
Yeah, wouldn't that have been cool?
I, yeah, apparently sloths could have became like the dominant species, and they were at one point. Like giant sloths and giant snakes and shit.
Was when when gravity was lower, when the ozone layer
Who-
was still like
Somebody was
solidified.
telling me that there's like giant snakes, right?
Anaconda.
And basically like what there's like caves out there where it's just a fossil of like a giant snake head.
Yeah, I've seen that. That's a real thing. It could just be like, a dinosaur,
No,
or
but
it
like
could be like a
giant ass fucking snakes. Like they were everywhere. And also like there was like giant sloths and they fucking just like completely because there was like more oxygen in the atmosphere back
yeah,
then.
there was an atmospheric difference that made things able to be
Hmm.
bigger.
But then they basically just like they made themselves extinct because they just were like too massive and they just fucked the whole ecosystem up.
Well, yeah, and there was something too, like they say that the relative size of their hearts to bodies as things were changing, they wouldn't have been able to breathe deeply enough, fast enough to maintain their own body weight. So they just like got lazy and lethargic and starved to death and died.
Mm-hmm.
They got
It's really
too
weird.
tired to screw.
But then like rock formed around it. So
Weird,
then
right?
it became a fucking cave. Like that's because it was that long ago. Like
So weird.
it's fucking cool.
I know, right? Why are there's so much cool shit out there, Isaac? I wonder what people are gonna say about us.
Have you ever talked to a magpie like a human?
Isaac, have you met me?
So when I see magpies that are like curious, right? I just go up to them and I just like taunt them and I'm just like, "What are you scared? Are you scared or something?" And then I like make fun of them and then they get like they'll like actually come and hang out because they're like, "Okay, fine, whatever." Like they know what you're
Nice.
saying. So I okay, so this one time I when I okay, so I was homeless, right? And I had a cheeseburger and I didn't want the cheeseburger anymore because I had a bunch of cheeseburgers and it's just one I didn't want. So then um this magpie was like sitting like at its nest, right? And I went up and I was like, "Yo, come here. Here's a cheeseburger," right? And he's just like looking at he or she, I don't know which one. They're just like looking at me and then like looking at like the other magpie, right? And he like asks the other magpie. The other magpie comes up, says no, goes back to the fucking thing. And so I'm just sitting there, just like taunting him, right? I'm like, come here. Like, were you scared? You scared, right? And I could tell that this thing like was understanding what I was saying. Like it was like a weird moment where, because I get it with my dog sometimes too, where like it will be like something that she shouldn't understand, but she's understanding it. If you, because if like there's dogs
Sometimes
that
your
can
pet
talk, right?
knows. Like
Because
you
there's
know
like
your
buttons and stuff, right? So I can
yeah.
like talk to my dog, and she'll like put her ears up, and she'll be like, okay, okay, and we'll like, I can be like blink twice if you can understand me type shit, and she'll blink
Yeah,
twice, like
exactly. I agree. I believe that's real too.
yeah. So well, the first trick I taught my dog was to choose items. So then it like that was literally the first thing I taught her was to like choose items. So I was able to like ask her questions and she was able to like give me answers. So I taught her very at like a very young age how to like communicate very well, right? And then so yeah, that's some people think I'm crazy, but it's like it's a thing. Like
It's a
there's
thing.
yeah, there's
Like
collars that
when
you
I
can
say
get for
my
border
cat came
collies
up
where
to
they
me
can actually
yesterday,
talk.
when I say to you, my cat came up to me yesterday and said, "Can you please shave this mat off my ass? It hurts and I'm ready to be rid of it." but can you get dad to hold me down because it's so hard for me to stay still? And then I like went and got my husband and I said, hold the cat just very gently. He's having a hard time staying still so I can shave this mat off. And he thought he was going to get mauled to death. And my cat sat there calmly, flinched, but laid there, sat calmly, and then like smothered us with love afterwards. He knows that my cat said, I'm ready to be rid of this mat, shave it off of me, hold me down.
That's
Right?
funny. Yeah. So, okay. So my dog's Border Collie Blue Heeler, right?
Okay.
But there's a guy, he made a collar for border collies where you could be sitting on your porch and the border collie sitting beside you could tell you what color, year, make, and model, the license plate number, the color of the shirt the guy driving was wearing, if the color of their hair, facial features, the hat. If they know their name, they could call them by name coming over the hill. Like that's the level of communication that border collies have between each other, and they made it so that humans can hear it with a collar. And he was basically saying that
Like Doug.
like pretty soon, within 10 years, he said 10 years ago, so it might be like a few more years, but pretty soon he's going to have like the second generation. It's going to be any dog will be able to communicate with its owner in like the language, because AI can actually read dog language. So
I
like,
believe
you're
it.
not crazy. They do communicate. Anyways, so this magpie, right? I'm just like talking to him like a human, and then the next day I'm like sleeping, and I just wake up to a cat meowing, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? There's a cat. So I open the fucking tent, and the same fucking magpie's sitting there, like a foot away from me.
Imitating
Scares,
cat.
yeah, scares the shit out of me when he fucking meowed like a cat. I look at him, I'm like, what the fuck? And then he just like squawked like a parrot and then went back to magpie. And I
It's
was like,
wild,
that was
right?
fucking weird. But then I talked to some people and they were like, I thought that there was an abandoned cat here. And I'm like, no, it's just the magpie. And so what they do is they'll fucking go into like a nest at night, because this one was like nocturnal, right? Like he would come and hang out with me at nighttime. But he would like go to a nest and like meow like a cat all over the city. Would meow like a cat and then steal their eggs. But he wouldn't do it on like the turf where he was
He's
living.
so not home.
He wouldn't do it to his neighbors, you know? He would like go to other parts of the city and do it. So like in other parts of the city, this magpie was like hunting. It was wild. I was just like, damn, okay, that was weird. And then one day, there was somebody there that was like kind of sketchy, right? And I just hear this fucking Karen laugh, and the person like sketches out like crazy, right? He's like, who just laughed like that? Like, sounded like a Karen. And I'm like, right? Like, this is wild. I'm like, what is happening right now? And then I just see this magpie sitting on top of a tree laughing, and I'm like, it's the fucking magpie fucking with us. Like, so what it does is when there's like sketchy humans, he laughs like a Karen. He literally recorded a person laughing and was playing it. And then one day I'm sitting there and this fucking I hear the exact same laugh come out of somebody's mouth. And it was like this like somebody
This is
that
the bird.
like
This is
the
the
it
one.
was she was like queen of all Karens. Like I am not kidding you. She was
He
like
paid homage to her
somebody, like
Karens.
I was like, she's calling the police on me right now, type thing, right? And just like most terrible, annoying laugh I've ever heard. Like just gives you like the heebie-jeebies, and like fake manager laugh type thing. It was fucking weird. Anyways, same fucking laugh that this magpie had to scare off stoners. I was like, how are you so fucking smart, bro? And then yeah, so many people were like, "You're crazy, you're crazy." And then fucking True Facts has a fucking like pet magpie that talks all the time. I'm like, see, I'm not crazy.
Yeah. So like at the summer over, there's this magpie that lives in the old hunting blind that's in the forest. It's like grown way up at the tippy top of the trees now. It's not accessible. But she has her nest up in there. And every now and then she like comes over to our spot and she asks for food. And I
Yeah, they're
literally will just give her a snack, and I always put it on top of the one little guest trailer that we have, right? And then she'll like sit up there and you'll watch her fly all of the food back to her nest.
hmm.
And she comes over and she like flies around in a certain pattern to get my attention, and she asks
So
me for food.
so they're like the third most intelligent being on Earth. So
Like,
like it's like
it is my
human,
dream to have a pet crow.
dolphin, magpie. They're smarter than like the great ape and shit like that. Like our closest
It is
relative.
it is my dream to have pet crows. If you like, Moira Rose? Call me Moira Rose. The crows have eyes. Like, literally, if you can befriend a crow, every crow will be your friend and they will be your
You want
minions.
to hear a crazy story that okay, so there's this thing. Okay, so when I was living in like Edmonton, I was driving down the highway and a magpie got caught in the wind of my car and went straight down to the ground and died. And then I was driving back on my way back from work and it was like out in the country and there was this fucking light post where one magpie was sitting at the top. I looked in the field. The dead magpie was in the field with seven crows dancing around it, having a funeral. And then the next day, I was just harassed by seagulls, crows, and the magpies wouldn't fuck with me, but they would like stalk me. Like I could see them like watching me all the time. Like this magpie had it out for me,
Fucking
had
no,
like my license
man.
plate number or some shit, and was like telling every bird in the fucking sky to fuck with me because I fucking killed its partner. I was
Did
like,
you make an
that's
offering? Did you go back to the place and make an offering?
no, I was fucking scared. I'm like, what the
If you
fuck?
had gone back with a tiny little like Ziploc bag, like a medium-sized Ziploc bag of cat food and poured it on the ground where the crows had been gathered in the field, they would have let you off the hook.
Hmm.
I'm
Next
not
time.
even lying.
Next time.
Good
Cause
to
yeah,
know
they
for the future.
I have scratches on my car from like ravens. Like they sent
I
the
believe
big
you.
birds after me. Like I was in a Tim Hortons drive-through and this giant ass fucking raven just started scratching the shit out of the top of my car. It was like
Now
nice
imagine
paint,
if they were your
just
minions.
because it was like nice paint, right? So it just like ruined the entire roof of my car. Like the
Now
next
imagine if
day, I
they were
was
your
just like
minions.
I was sitting in the Timmy's drive-through. I couldn't even move. And he was like
That's so gross,
mad,
actually.
like aggressively attacked my car and then flew away. And then all these seagulls were just sitting in the parking lot waiting for me to poop on my car. Like they were also harassing me. Like they were just pooping on my windshield and stuff. I'm like, I gotta get out here. There was nowhere to hide. They always would find me. Like they knew where I lived. They were like stalking the shit out of me like the police, yo. It was wild. I'm like, okay, never fuck with a magpie.
That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Because if you think about it, if they're the smartest bird, right?
They
Um,
know.
and
Well, the
they
reason
use
why,
they like use currencies and stuff, like we
the
were talking
reasons
about
why they have
earlier.
so much conflict with humans is because
Morning.
they have a similar intelligence level. They're
Hmm.
just as smart as we are. Some could argue smarter because they make us do all the hard work and then they
Well,
just pilfer our technology.
have you ever heard that like story where they're like, the dude was like talking to whales?
Elaborate.
So he learned how to speak whale and they made it illegal because if humans talk to like whales, they'll find out like that there's like a super intelligence out there and it makes humans like go crazy. So this whale told everybody thought he was crazy. So the whale was like, okay, I'll help you out so that people believe you basically, right? And he told everybody, he's like, okay, at a certain day we go to this coordinates in the ocean. Like the whale gave him the coordinates to go to. So he goes to the coordinates and at the time that the whale told him, like he predicted it. At the time that the whale told him, they like there was like 350 whales just poked their fucking. So he was able to communicate with whales across the fucking world. That's that's like how they like with
So
people
he
with
sent out the
autism can like
coordinates and 300 whales showed up to his call.
more. It was like 3,000 or something like that. Like they were all poking their head out of the fucking water at the ship that they were
Like they
told
just
to.
showed up and started spotting, like, and started sun diving, like sun spotting.
Yeah, like they were just like poking up and down. And then like the people like they were just like what the fuck, so they made it illegal
I don't know. I
because
feel
they're
like
like that's freaky ass shit, like paranormal level of activity that they're like we do not need to know what the fuck, like they don't even want to research it because it's so fucked up. Like
ocean. I'm always like, the ocean is like the least explored area of our world, and that always
well we know
bothers
more
me.
about space, like we
Yeah,
can
we
see
do.
the
We know more
beginning
about
of the
space.
universe. Yeah, that's what I
And
did in 2014 was learn about, what is it, I can't even remember the fucking name of it.
the ocean,
No, something
space,
physics.
quantum physics.
Yeah, quantum physics. See, I can't even remember the name, but I understand. Like, if I listen to like a lecture about quantum physics, I can like fucking understand it. I'm like,
Like when Sheldon says matter is like waves,
yeah, like
but
that
they're
shit.
on a plane that is a piece of paper. I get that.
Yeah, so like when there's like new discoveries and stuff, I'll like read an article and it'll be like fucking complex ass shit that you gotta be like a scientist to read, and I'll read it and I'll be like, okay, I understood what that meant. Like it's fucking weird. And I just like played it in the background, and one day it just like clicked, and then I just knew how like everything just clicked. And I'm like, okay, I get it now.
It's like all of a sudden there's just like this, like you can visualize it in your brain, IRL, right? And you can
Yeah.
like sense it happening around you all of a sudden, and you're like, I get it.
Yeah, and then I just like once I like because it all came at me at like 1 minute. So everything that I watched was like in my brain. I just didn't know what it meant, and then it like decoded all of that information.
Yeah.
It was
Like a
fucking awesome.
Rolodex unraveling and like
Hmm.
alphabetizing itself.
Yeah, and then it also that's also what happened when I just like discovered again that I was autistic because I was
I
like in
like
the
super
shower.
meditated the other day. I'd never
On what?
accomplished that before, but I super meditated the other day and my brain like exploded and my body has worked better ever since.
So there's like one thing, my lights, they have like triangles, right? And you can like program them to do like little things.
Hmm.
I have one that I made that if you close your eyes and you blink a blue, because I like looked it up, right? How you would like make like trigger a dream with being awake. Like I was like, okay, blue light, right? So I triggered it so that one triangle would be on at a time, like, and it would blink in different spots, and I was able to like get it so that when they were blinking, it would like create like an entire world behind my eyelids.
Hmm.
You can like trigger it with like blue light, and it's fucking, and I yeah, I
Wow.
like ironed it out, and if I ever like wanted to meditate, I could literally just turn that on and it would just like trigger like an entire visual experience. And then with the music, it's just like what in the it feels like you're on drugs. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, that's what it was like. I felt like I all of a sudden was like tripping on acid.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. But yeah, I was able to like trigger that in like 2 minutes. I would be like fully in meditation state in like 2 minutes. I was like, because I was never able to meditate, and then I figured that out.
It's
And
like when
then,
you look at those like 3D images where you like look the holographic 3D image things. You know what I'm
mhm.
talking about?
But then there would also be like worlds. Like it would be like being in a dream.
Yeah. It was
It was
wild. Like
it was
all of
like
a
a
sudden, like,
DMT experience, pretty
yeah, it
much.
was like the lights behind my eyes, like when you close your eyes, all of a sudden they just like synchronized and then they like morphed into like actual Sesame Street. But like the way that the cartoon morphs into actual Sesame Street.
Yeah, it's weird.
I know it was weird.
I'm really good at like lucid dreaming too. Like there was one time I was in a lucid dream and I didn't wake up because I wanted to see what the police response time was, and it was like full blown nightmare. So like I got like the police on its way, right? And then it took 4 hours for them to show up.
What?
So I was being tortured for 4 hours just sitting there knowing I'm in a dream, not feeling anything, watching like gruesome stuff happen, and I'm just like in a dream, like watching like the most gruesome gore, right? Being held hostage,
Man, bad
tied
day at
up.
Isaac's
Like
house.
most people would be like, okay, wake up, don't think about it. I don't want to go back there. Me, I'm just like sitting there, like literally just
Stuck in it.
enjoying like the fact that it's just a dream, but I'm like in like horror, getting like PTSD from this, and I just
But because
stayed
you
in
like
it.
acknowledged that it's not actual reality, that it's a lucid dream,
But it was
it's not
like
scaring you.
insanely realistic.
I know, right?
Like there was I can't remember what it was that cued it in my brain because there's always that one thing that's off that you I think it was like the spot of where the kitchen was or something like that. Like the kitchen was in a different corner, but it was like so freaking realistic. And um I remember because I went to I like he was like doing some fucking shit, right? And was distracted for a minute, and I can't even tell you what it was. Fucking there was like wild shit going down, like right, like it was fucked, yo. Like I can't even say it on this app what the
You
fuck.
know what? You
Like
don't, you,
it
it's like,
was.
I find myself often coming to terms with the most intense portions of the realistic nature of the world that we live in, right? And so if you can think of the most brave thing that is happening out there, I feel like sometimes that's what I see when it happens. It's like it's happening IRL. I'm watching it in real life. It is happening in my dream. It's happening out there in the world somewhere, but I'm here and I'm safe. So you don't have to be scared. But you might have a little bit of PTSD from it.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't. I woke up and I was fine. I woke up and I was just
Yeah,
like, I'm
like
gonna go
if
skateboard.
you can disassociate, which is we're really good at,
hmm
right?
Yeah, it was weird.
It's fucking
Um,
wild out there, man.
Yeah, no, it took 4 hours for them to show up though. And that was like the most realistic part about it all. I was just like, what are they doing? And then they showed up and they sat outside for like a half an hour. I'm like, this
They were
is,
probably giving somebody a speeding ticket who was
yeah.
driving on the road by themselves.
They're like, ah, this isn't serious. Well, let's go to Tim Hortons.
Yeah, let's grab some Timmy's on the way over. Let's go to the
Yeah.
one that has the Wendy's attached so we can snack on some chili before we get
But
there.
this was the worst part, okay? Sitting there for 4.5 hours, like this is a dream, but being held hostage for 4.5 hours and not being able to tell anyone that I'm with that, like,
You're in the middle of a hostage
no,
situation.
no, not being able to tell anyone in the hostage situation with me, right? This is a dream. Just want to preface, this is a dream, but not being able to tell anyone that, like, the police have been contacted and will be there soon, but then 4 hours is going by and you're like going crazy because you're like, I want to tell them that and I want to complain. So in my head, I'm just sitting there like talking to myself in my head and like it felt like reality, right? So then I'm sitting there just like talking to myself in my head like under my breath, just like talking shit about the police response time and shit. I'm just like, man, I want to wake up. Like, when is this going to happen? I want to see what happens, right? And then, yeah, eventually they showed up and it was like, okay, you know what? This is getting boring now. Like, we were like outside, like safe and shit. Like, some of us, there was like some fatalities, So there was like, I was like watching the like all of them start to show up and I was like, okay, this seems to be under control. I'm gonna wake up now. And then yeah, it was a wild experience. And what was weird about it was so weirdly realistic, like in an alternate universe somewhere, there would definitely be that scenario. It was like Rick and Morty level of accuracy. Like, oh, in this world, this person's a um
Unabomber type.
no, no. It was like I can't say it, but you know, like on the mountains when there's like snow and then it melts and freezes and it becomes like a solid surface, right? And like really
Mhm.
compact, like yeah, like that type of uh substance, you know, like rock. The
Like,
person in
are
the
you
dream
talking about like
was sell it
you talking about
selling
methane?
no crap.
Methane?
The person in the dream was selling crack. And
Oh,
he
okay.
like didn't do that stuff, right? But in it was like just such a realistic like option that could happen in another universe
Like
just because
the probability of it being real is high.
like the way that it was like laid out, how like fucking realistic it actually all was, I was just like, what the it was trippy. And another thing that threw me off was it was like mirrored. So it was like he was in like like in an apartment that was like opposite to like because you know duplexes, there's like one that goes this way and then one that goes the mirror way.
Yep.
I think that was what threw me off, was everything was like mirrored. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like just it was
Something is wrong.
wild. Like
Yeah. There's not very many places you need to know when you can like unlock the intricacies of your own mind, hey?
yeah. I would say I don't really need therapy the same way that most people would.
Oh, self-guided therapy is way better for people who are artistic because I don't want to talk about my problems. I want you to like explain to me how to feel my feelings so I can try that and get over it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like music does that.
Yeah, right? Every now and then I just like listen to a song that I know is going to make me cry and I let myself cry and then I'm fine.
Same. Yeah. And then like yeah, the it's great because like you get like little like I call them mind nodes. Thanks for the heart me. It's like a little mind node, right? And then you like have so all you have to do is like go back to like that environment and then you feel the same way that you felt the first time, and you can like
Invoke
um
your emotions on.
access, but also access like huge amounts of information like AI.
Yeah, right.
And I was taught that when I was like 15. So like the Venus Project type shit, that's like Silicon Valley. In Silicon Valley, they're like all on the spectrum. So there's like an entire underground of like there's like an underground
Autistic
culture.
supercomputers
Yeah, where they like teach
teaching
each
each
other
other
how to
coping
like
strategies to
but
coping strategies
but
to
they
be
can like send okay, so they can like fuck. Standing White Buffalo called it like code reading or whatever. So you can
yeah.
send like huge amounts of information and like of like dolphins and
Yeah, like
whales. Like
Mentat way.
you have that ability. And then there's another thing that is like a myth in that kind of like whole thing that I heard one time where it's like ghosts, they like you. So like most ghosts will harass like just like certain people, but if you're on the spectrum, they'll leave you alone.
I
So
don't
like
believe that's true at all
haunt
because
like because there will be like paranormal activity going down, and like I will like they're cool with me. It's weird. They'll like harass other people and not me.
I one time I worked in a haunted hotel
Yeah.
and none of the housekeepers in the hotel would go to the room that was haunted to clean because they were scared of the ghost. So me and my sister had to go all the time to that room and clean it. And the ghost used to fuck with us sometimes. But then I just like knew who she was and said, "Hey, that really was shitty what your husband did to you. Can you not fuck our day up for us?" And then she like stopped messing with us.
There was one time
Hi,
I was
Zoe.
like, "What's up, Zoe?" So there was one time there was like this mirror, and the mirror was like haunted, right?
Hmm.
And then I was like, I picked this mirror up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this, and the person was like, don't fucking touch that mirror, yo. And I was like, what? They're like, last time we fucking that as soon as I took that out of the house, the ghost was gone. It's stuck in that mirror. And I was just like, oh shit. And then I fucking like could sense like this fucking weird fucking feeling, right? And I'm like, oh, like it was like code reader level of information just being dumped on me. Like I just like seen the fucking ghost type shit, right? And like this ghost was like
You know what, Isaac?
showing up in dreams and shit.
You're
So it was like,
describing exactly what happens to me when I meet pregnant women and talk to their babies. That's how it is. It's like all of a sudden just like this huge info dump, and I'm just like a baby in the womb, and I tell the mom what the child is experiencing and what it's feeling. And if I haven't been right every time,
that's weird. Yeah, so what I did is I like, okay, so I took this mirror and I like abandoned it in a spot that like it would be picked up, right? Because you can't break it. Like you would be forever fucking, it's like playing with a Ouija board with it in the room,
don't
right?
open Pandora's box.
Yeah, so I just like take it and I went and I put it in like this really like out in the open spot, right? And then I wake up in the morning and I'm like going to work and the entire fucking area was just like bright as all shit. Like there was like a floodlight shining in this fucking area, right? And I'm like, what is going on? And I like look and I see this thing and the fucking amount of light coming off of it was like insane because the sun was just rising, hitting it directly, and then it just like diffracted the light in like so many directions that it was like fucking an angel. And I'm like, what in the actual fuck is going on?
Maybe
And
the
then when it,
spirit just needed to be exposed to sunlight to be free and cross over.
yeah, and then I come back and the mirror was gone. I'm like, okay, not my problem anymore. Like that was like yeah, just when the dots connected, I just like got this like huge like it was like yeah, it was fucking wild. I see your snap story. I did not.
Isn't
That's
that
pretty
turning
cool.
out good, Isaac?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pine needles. Pine needles and
Nice.
glass beads.
Yeah, I didn't even like believe and then that was like one time that was like this time when I had like a flashback where I was like, "Oh yeah, ghosts don't bother me. They like me because they can
Ghosts
communicate with me.
want to be friends.
But they
Friends,
can like
not
communicate with me so
ghosts.
they don't get as angry because they can like
Yeah.
be like, "Yo, this is an
Or it's like
issue."
it's maybe not that they can communicate with you. It's just that you don't think that it's audacious to believe that they are, and so you listen to them.
No, like the amount of information that I got from this fucking thing was like fucking wild, yo.
Did
Like
it
just
feel
from
like
like
yourself?
holding the mirror, like I was like I had like a fucking like it was like one of those like half a second moments where you just get like way too much
Yeah.
information for your brain to process and you get like you're like oh shit.
Your heart
Yeah,
starts beating a little bit too fast and you have to calm down.
yeah, so I kind of felt like I knew this ghost, right? And then the other person was telling me stories about it and I was like I already kind of like knew the like what like oh, so much information about this fucking thing. I was like what the fuck just happened? Yeah, like showing up in dreams and shit, like fucking doing like weird fucking things. And yeah, there was like yeah, there was a lot going on at that point. Like, yeah, very. It was based. Yeah, very haunted house. Very very haunted house. But it's good now.
I have to say that there are only a few places that I've ever really gotten like bad, like nefarious vibes from when it comes to like paranormal or supernatural type things.
Yeah, well, when you go into like a spot and there's like satanic ritual paraphernalia all over with like pentagrams painted on the windows with blood, you're kind of like, what the fuck is going
It's
on
like, are
here?
kids misbehaving again, or is somebody in trouble?
No, no, no. Like there was
Like that's what you have to, those are the two options. Are kids misbehaving or is somebody in trouble? And is that somebody me because I'm here?
like I seen pictures of it and I was just like, holy shit, that's fucked.
The
Like
world is a crazy place, I
you
say.
know, like you know those like videos of like elites doing that like weird fucking
Oh yeah. I don't get into those
yeah,
conspiracy
and
things.
okay, but there are like some elites that go to like those events and shit, right?
Oh yeah, no, I
Because there
absolutely
are,
believe that rich
yeah,
people
there are
do
some
disgusting
like
ways to themselves.
wild fucking like elites that they partake in like satanic rituals and shit, and yeah, not even, I wouldn't, just like the dark arts and shit, like, you know, very
When I tell you I was a professional
fucking
poor person, I have met rich people. And I'm not talking like rich people, like you went to a hockey game and you saw somebody in a suite who is supposedly rich. I've seen rich people. Those people are middle class with the suites at the hockey games in comparison,
I'm
right?
talking like BlackRock CEO type shit.
Yeah, I've met rich people before and they are
Like
terrifying.
the
They're the
fucking,
most horrifying people you've ever met in your entire life. They're terrifying.
I don't know. I've met some like really dope rich people because I'm a salesman,
There's
right?
wealthy
So
people. There's wealthy
no,
people.
like oil tycoon fucking.
Oh yeah, well you live in Calgary,
I'm
right?
talking like no, like there was one time I sold okay, so basically I was like working at a computer store, right? And I'm like in high school and I had like a 4 hour shift usually, right? Because I'm in high school.
Hmm.
So I'm working like this one night, and this dude comes in, and he's just like talking to me for like an hour about like iPhone. He was like kind of thinking like, because he had an oil company, and he's like, I love BlackBerry, but BlackBerry's just like not it anymore. Like they're kind of like getting outdated. So is there like another option where, and it was the exact same year that BBM, or not BBM, iMessage came out, which was like a
Oh
competitor to BBM, because
yeah.
businessmen they liked
Like,
BlackBerry because
yeah.
BBM was like encrypted at that time. And he came in and he was like paranoid. He's like, I need something that's like private so that like because at that point the police were like spying on Canadian citizens, reading all of their text messages, and he probably knew that because he's like that, he's up there, right? Word gets around when you have that kind of money and you have like a fucking oil company, and also competitors would like skim their text, so like other companies would spy on other companies with the same technology that the police were using. So it was like a very big concern, and he was just like, okay, what the fuck do I do? And then I told him about iMessage, and he was just like, okay, well, um,
Let's do
he
that.
was like, now I'm kind of thinking I kind of want to switch my company over to iPhone. And then we started talking about iPads and their capabilities. And then we were talking about Mac, because if he were to switch, he's like, I would want to switch the entire company to Mac also. And he's like, could I do that? So he was like looking into the possibilities of that. And then he leaves, well, about the time when he, at some point, he told me like, yeah, I have an oil company, right? And I was just like, oh, okay, this guy's fucking he like showed me his watch. It's like fucking iced out like crazy, and it's like not even iced out. Like it
He
was
had
just
like
like so low key, the diamonds inside of it. But it was like some fucking rare fucking Rolex that there was only like 100 of them made or some shit, and it was like old as hell, like just fucking worth like a fortune just on his wrist. And then he like had like a gold chain under his shirt, and he like showed the gold chain. I'm just like, holy fuck. And then he he comes back and he talked to me for like an entire 4 hour shift the next time, just like planning out his like shit, right?
Mhm.
And I could tell like this guy's legit, right? So I'm like helping him, and we didn't even have like iPads or anything in there. And then my boss got mad because I was talking to him for so long. And then he came back again to talk to me for like the whole shift. And then she was like super upset. But I told him, I'm like, yeah, she got mad last time. And he's like laughing. He's like, just, I got you back. I got you back. And then he he sat and he talked to me for like 4 hours again. We're like going over shit, right? And like I'm like answering all the questions and shit, right?
Mhm.
Kind of, and he's kind of like brainstorming with me, right? Like, what if I were to do this and this and this? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's what you would want these types of people. And he's just like planning out like how to build applications, like all this shit, right? And then my boss is just fucking fuming. And then the next day, he shows up in like a brand new Lamborghini, parks it at the front door, and then he comes in and he's just like, I'm not gonna have you for 4 hours today. I just want to let you know iPads are coming in tomorrow. And I'm like, oh. He's like, yeah, I just signed the deal, and you guys are gonna have Macs and iPads now. I'm like, what up? Because Apple didn't want us to sell them because they're like, yeah, we don't need to, like, Apple at that time didn't want to work with us because it was they didn't see any value in it. But because he like bought like 10,000 iPhones, 3,000 iPads, and like 2,000 Macs, they and put that in like as like a request in the
It's like, who
thing
was your
at the
sales
beginning.
sales agent, Isaac?
Yeah, so he put that all in at the beginning, like the first time that we talked, he already had that all planned out, and then he signed the paperwork next day. He rolls up just like flashing like a ridiculous amount of wealth, just like, yeah, this is like, I'm if your boss thinks I'm broke, I just rolled up in the Lambo, and then I like go outside. I'm like looking at his Lambo, like sitting. I'm like, this is fucking sick, right? And then I go back inside, and he pieces out. It's like a whole 10 minutes, and she's just like, what the fuck, right? And then I just like zip my lips. Next day, iPads show up, and like Apple sent like fucking a ridiculous amount of gift cards for me, and then Staples also fucking sent me like a shitload of gift cards.
Nice.
And I was just like, hell yeah, because I wasn't 18 at that time, so I couldn't like really get much other than gift cards. It
Yeah, they
was
can't even compensate you in a realistic manner because taxation without representation is wrong, so you can't earn real money.
yeah, well, yeah, it was weird, but gift cards are you're allowed to do gift cards for like that type of scenario.
Your incentives, yeah.
Yeah, no, that guy fucking yeah, he was like one of the richest men in Alberta. Definitely. It was
Um,
like one of the biggest oil companies.
so I used to work in not for profit.
Yeah.
Um, not for profit. So you know how when like rich people need to give some of their money away so they don't have to pay taxes on it?
Oh yeah.
And then they have like super fancy parties where they talk to other rich people and they brag about how much money they're going to save on their taxes because of how much money they're donating to charity.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So I used to go to those kind of parties.
Fun, fun. I love that
Oh yeah.
shit. I love that
They
shit.
were great times. Do you know how many cars, fancy cars I got to drive? They're like, Sally, do you know how to drive a standard? I'm like, I sure do. I sure do. Can you go to this place and go to this place and put this code in and grab that box of cigars? I guess so.
Yeah.
Nice. I got to drive the. It's pretty cool sometimes, like It's actually kind of scary sometimes when you think about how rich you people can be and be in the same room as you, and you're like wondering if you're going to be able to afford McDonald's when you get off work later.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Usually with me, they were like offering me like there was one time I helped this dude with his RV, and he was just like buying this like burner RV. It was like the most expensive one on the lot. He's like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna take this, drive it down to Arizona, hang out for a month, and then probably just like leave it there and sell it for like pennies on the dollar." And I'm just like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "Yeah, there's an event,
Yeah,
blah blah
I
blah."
think the
And then you froze.
difference is with dealing with really rich people is
You
that
froze
our
bad.
girl boys think they own girls.
Yeah.
Said
You froze
the
really
definable
bad.
difference in, like our experiences with
Oh God.
are your boy. Oh no!
Okay, you're
Oh
back.
no!
Yeah, you froze really bad
Am
there
I
for a
back?
minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I think the definable difference between me and you dealing with really rich people are that I was a cute young girl, and billionaires really like to think they own cute young girls. So it was really like a fine balance. I think
Yeah.
I broke out there again, didn't I?
No, you're good.
You know what it is? It's helicopters. It's helicopters. Helicopters drive by and they block my satellite
Oh yeah.
because
That'll happen.
they hover in a spot, and that happens to me here. We're on the side of this mountain.
Yeah.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. People are getting to work.
Yeah. No, I like with yeah, the one time I was fixing this dude's RV and then he's just like, "Yeah, I'll get you some bullshit job in my company." And he's just like, he's just like offering me like all these like super fucking easy jobs that I'd just be paid like $50 an hour, and I'm just like, I am not working up north. Fuck that. I told myself I straight up told him, I'm like, I made a commitment when I was like 18. I'm never gonna work in oil, and I'm gonna stand by that. And he's like, you're smart. You're smart. And he's like, and then he basically was just like, yeah, it's shitty. Just fucking agreed. Like he's just like, but the money is, it's like you don't really care that much, like, but with me I would get burnout so quickly. But he's just like, when I said that, he just started giving like offering me, I almost quit my job and just like went and partied with him for a month. I was like this close. On the way out he's
That
just
would
like,
be fun. Here.
quit your job right now, buddy. I got you an entire room in the back. You can have the toy hauler. I'm just like, holy fuck. He was like,
That's like the when I lived in Fort McMurray, there would be like these guys who would show up sometimes and they'd think they were gonna have a fun time with everybody, and everybody was just gonna like submit to their chaos, throwing their bucks around.
I
How
don't know.
does that work?
That guy was chill as hell. I almost just quit my job and fucking left. That's how. Yeah, he was like super fucking chill for like being like a billion. Like not, he might not have been billionaire, but for being like that wealthy, he was probably like the chillest. Him and the other guy. I don't know. I've met a few of them that are like,
What do you think of that one? I finished that one. That was the first one I finished. Sitting next to this light, it's not so visible.
oh yeah. And when I was door knocking for the NDP too, I met a lot of people that were in uh like I I've sat in a conversation with like an oil tycoon's daughter talking to an NDP candidate. I was just like getting training, and like the conversation between them about Danielle Smith was like probably one of the most interesting conversations I've ever heard in my life, because it was like an oil tycoon like daughter that was like heavily involved in the company talking to the NDP about how they what they don't like about Danielle Smith. And like, holy shit, it was like one of the most elitist fucking things I've ever, and it was like private, and I'm just like sitting there like getting training for my job. I'm like, this is
I
fucking
was
wild.
one time I was at a party, like kind of like right before COVID, right? Like when
Around that
this
time.
time of COVID at the beginning, right? I was in a room with Rachel Harder slash Rachel Thomas, whatever you call her. Do you know who that is?
Thanks for the follow. Um, no.
She's the MP, like she's the conservative MP for like Lethbridge, Southern
Okay.
Alberta, right? So she's the federal government representative for our
Oh,
area
okay.
and for my electoral group area, right? So she's like an important person, right? And so it was like right before COVID, and conservatives were like on their all high of oil prices going back up, whatever it was that was happening, right? And she's like doing this like big propaganda thing where she's trying to go around and tell everybody like why forcing social media to pay content creators for the content that they're pushing and recirculating, just like they do for every other content creator in every other country of the world, but for some reason not Canada, is a bad idea, right? She's trying to
Mm.
like make a big, right? And we were talking about just like stuff, right? And I said the words to her. I'm like, in a world where people believe that capitalism isn't just corporate welfare and then have the audacity to be mad at people for being poor.
So if you search Backwoods Isaac Unleashed on YouTube, you should get the VOD from last night. I'm gonna send that to Lisa Bella.
And the way she looked at
Sorry.
me and her face crumbled when I said that to her because she didn't know what to say because she didn't know how to defend that.
What did you
That
say?
was like
Sorry, I got distracted.
I
You
said to
made me
her,
think.
I'm like, the way she was trying to like do this big thing about because she was trying to
Oh yeah,
push
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah. I
people
remember.
not to
Yeah.
get paid,
What's
right?
up,
And
Aminal?
I said to her, I'm like, in a world where people believe that capitalism isn't just corporate welfare and then have the audacity to be upset at people for wanting to be paid and being poor is just is so like how much more disassociated from reality can you be?
My
And then
favorite.
she
My
couldn't even say
favorite
anything
is
back to me.
my favorite is when you go to town hall meetings and you got the
Hmm.
person that's like, Um, so helping the homeless actually decreases the value of my home. So I would actually really like it if we just like got rid of all the homeless shelters, and it's like it's a homeless shelter for homeless women. Yeah, but my house value is going down because of the area, so I would like the development to stop, and I'm just like sitting there like, did that just fucking happen?
Yeah,
Like,
right. It's like my aunt didn't even live in the
except
neighborhood where they
doses.
wanted to convert an old hotel into a transitional shelter, like with the mustard seed.
Oh, 1 second. I gotta say something. Doses, if you go to YouTube, you can see the entire VOD of last night, and it's pretty entertaining. There was a lot going on there. Like we had fucking Backwoods. I got banned. I fucking got banned. That's how.
Backwoods threatened to beat everybody up.
Shh, we can't say that. That'll get me banned again, apparently. That was so funny. Getting
He was
banned for.
so mad. And I'm literally telling him, I'm like, when you start expressing violence, every point that you're trying to make in your argument becomes invalid.
Well, yeah, there's that, but then also I fucking told him he's gonna get banned, and then I got banned.
Yeah, but that's just because his posse mass
What
reported
did
you or
you get
something.
on VOD? Oh, I can go live on YouTube now, guys. So I'm
You're
like, there's
welcome.
gonna be times where I'm like on YouTube doing lives because sometimes I might want to just like take a little break from TikTok and go stream elsewhere. So that's exciting. I can do that now. I got 50 subscribers last night. What? What? Yeah, so we can go real wild on YouTube, I'm pretty sure, and not get taken down because, yeah, so if we ever get taken down, fuck, you know where I'll be. Fucking rights, yo. I can't wait for some more updates to the YouTube system because they just came out with a new live feature where it's like TikTok. So when you're scrolling shorts, you come across lives. What?
So they turned YouTube into TikTok.
Not fully. So they only have super chats. They don't have the gifts. They don't have battles, and I don't think that you can call people in yet. But I imagine they'll probably have the feature where you can call people in.
I've never done any of those things online.
I can't fucking wait for YouTube to like have like a it's Isaac Unleashed. And then if you search, if you go to YouTube, and I'm pretty sure if you search Backwoods Isaac Unleashed, it will the first no, not that one. That's Jimmy comes out as racist. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to my YouTube page and find it because it's not that didn't work. You could type Elder, Lisa Bella, and Backwoods, maybe. Elder, Lisa Bella, and Backwoods. No, it didn't work. It just came up with somebody smoking a Backwoods. Yeah, go subscribe
like it,
because
Susan?
I need 500 to be on the monetization program. Then it would, because the idea would be to get onto that, and then I would be able to like edit a video, and then it would be on the monetization program. So then, if or when it were to like pop off at any point, usually people would go to like the first video, and then that video. So if it's not monetized,
Yo. Good morning,
Sup?
sunshine. How are you?
Animal.
just woke up. I'm just kidding. I'm
What's up?
still,
We haven't gone to bed yet.
yeah, yeah.
Just woke up. Hey.
Yeah, no. Did you see any of last night? I got banned.
Dude, the whole reason the live started. Are you talking about Elder?
No, Elder came here last night after. He was
Okay.
annoying. I like have concluded that he's like a sociopath because some of the shit he was saying to me was like very just the it would yeah, I don't even want to repeat it. You can see it on YouTube. It's fucking it's
You know,
brutal.
I'm gonna actually watch it, but
Common
yeah,
sense.
no, dude.
I have made
Talk about.
$1.88 on TikTok in Canada, and it is in my account to prove it.
I've actually made quite a
Um,
bit.
I think he is very unstable.
I
I
could
don't get a lot of the points that he tries to make, and he tries to orchestrate some sort of gotcha. But consider me a smooth brain because it goes right over my head. I don't
yeah,
get I don't get any of the things that he tries to, the points that he tries to make. It's all very
I
convoluted into some
Schoolyard bully
twisted
bullshit.
madman dream.
I couldn't watch that. I was there at the very beginning when you came in. I was like, oh yeah, fucking Aminal and Elder, let's go. But then I was like, okay, I got other things I gotta do, like, run my
Like life.
OF, that's way more fun than
Are you still doing
so
like the body part reveal on your OF where like it's a hand and then,
Can't wait for
you
Pinky
might
Toe.
squeeze your armpit and might, use your hands and make it look like a butt crease and
it's all very private.
Aaron,
You'll
are
never
you
see
mad
it.
because Elder called you out? Must have been blocked. Common sense, bitch.
Are you mad
I'm,
about something that doesn't
my
matter?
gloves are off. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm gonna keep the candor for the show because I owe that to everybody.
I want to see the VOD. So um, I wish TikTok scientist would have sent it to me before he went to bed. I totally forgot to ask him. Super, super sad because Elder said that I can upload it to my YouTube page if I want. I'm like, okay.
Common sense, Carl. I'm not gonna reply to you anymore. You come into my live. Why are you so angry? And I ignore you.
So,
Then I'm spying this
Did you know that common sense is the reasons why people get trampled in
me and
a
Common Sense
fire?
Carl are cool now. All right.
Well,
So
I'm just
don't
saying, like,
ruin it.
common sense is the reason why people get trampled in a fire.
I made
Good
a comment
sense,
to him and he
however.
reported it and I appealed it. And I thought that was pretty funny because that's all he does. He baits and he waits for you to say something to him and then he's just going to report you to the authorities of
Oh yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah. So yesterday before you woke up me
Liar.
me and Jimmy were having like a conversation about Bill C63. Hell yeah! Thank you for the heart, me. Congrats on number 11, level 11.
Let's go, girl.
That's when it starts to get expensive. I spent,
Sit,
oh man,
sit.
because there's certain streamers, they're like pretty big streamers, but I'm friends with them. So I need to, if I don't want to give them like fucking huge gifts, I gotta have that like fancy logo in the chat, right? So that people aren't like, oh, you, what you doing, right? Like I always have like, I always have the sub badge. I always have the heart me badge, and there's some
And
I have
Isaac
the
just
mod badge. I'm just like always the most colorful in the chat. I love it. That's the way to go. And then there's Common Sense Carl, just like no profile
common sense.
picture.
Don't talk about people's families like that. That's mean.
With his lies.
That's mean.
I know. And the thing is, if like a little bitch boy like him showed up, he'd get what's coming to him too.
That's not a valid argument. What about his Strawman
Thank
and
you.
Lollaball?
Thank you for subscribing to my YouTube. Much appreciated. What is that? 51 subscribers now? I'm stoked.
See, we just have to get Isaac enough subscribers on everything so
Go to your
he
place.
doesn't have to waste his time going to work anymore.
52. That's what's up.
What? That's 4 new followers in the last 2 hours.
I had 35 when I started plugging it. I'm gonna oh, I can't wait to go live on YouTube. It's gonna be so fucking chill because I don't have like it's gonna be like restarting, you know? But then there will be like some people like I'll advertise it on TikTok when I'm doing that. I was thinking maybe have YouTube and
Why would you
TikTok.
advertise on TikTok?
Because why wouldn't I?
Promo everything
No, that's
all
what
the
I'm
time.
saying, dude. I mean, why not? It would just drive up popularity, and it's free marketing. You should totally do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So what the whole plan here was to get TikTok, get good at making content, and then move to YouTube. I never once factored in the idea of going live, and I went live once, and I'm like, all right, this is the new plan. So it's super cool because yeah, like I said, you can be scrolling shorts now, and like TikTok style lives just come up in the shorts. And every single one I looked at, they had like 500 viewers in them. So you just need that little boost. And then TikTok, you get like 100 viewers. And then YouTube, you can be getting like 500 viewers like no problem because shorts is like a really big thing. It's fucking cool. And it's not as washed out of a market. And there's still super chats. And get this, Aminal, you get 70% of the revenue from a super chat.
Dude, that is dope. That's way
Yeah.
better than here.
Yeah, buddy, I can't fucking wait. I'm like, hell yeah, this is sick. But you have to be on the creator program. No, not for super chats. Ooh, it's so much better. I'm gonna
Someone's hyped
come.
up about it.
I'm gonna come here for like shenanigans and then like talk shit on YouTube. Like I'm not gonna post on TikTok. I'm gonna just post all my like rants and shit on YouTube, and then it's gonna be like a weird hybrid of YouTube and TikTok. It's gonna be fun. Living the
All right,
dream.
Isaac. I'm gonna jump onto my thing because I'm gonna out a few people. It was funny yesterday with the live on Alex Baxter, and
Is
I
this what
essentially
time of the day all this
apologized.
stuff starts back up again? Well, I guess it's like what, 6:30 in New Brunswick right now?
I want to watch, but if I watch or like go in there and I'm not like staying active, I'll start to get tired. So I gotta keep doing this.
No, I know.
I might
No,
throw
keep
it on the
doing your
side
thing,
and
bro.
check it out and tell the chat to let me know when shit's going down.
Well, I don't think anything's gonna per se go down because it's my platform.
Oh, I
But
know what I can do. I can put my AirPod in and I can listen to it and nobody can hear it. And then if shit's going down, I can be like, "What's up?" Change the
hey, good
speakers.
morning.
Give you a shout out. Not the biggest fan of
All right,
doing watch parties, so
all right. Yeah.
if I were to do a
So,
watch party, it would be
I haven't been
you
to
do
bed
a
yet.
watch party and it'd be so annoying.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. It's the only way certain viewers of yours can actually see the show because they are blocked and they're mad jelly.
Not of me. Oh, of you.
Oh, not
Oh,
you.
okay. I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Yeah, I'm.
Yeah.
I don't have anybody blocked. Common Sense Carl was like, oh no, right now Bud Heavy's blocked, but it's because he talked about my mom. Fucking
Yeah, well,
loser.
people shouldn't do that. They don't realize it. But, karma's a thing. Oh, I gotta get my iPad.
I don't block. People block me. I have so many people that have blocked me. It's actually kind of funny. People like send me content. They're like, they made a video about you. I'm like, oh, I'm
Are
blocked.
you like even the kind of person, Isaac, who would just like tag somebody and just like badger them or anything like that, where they would feel the need to block you? Like, I don't think
Oh
you're that
yeah,
person. Like,
I fuck shit up. Like there's people that they come in here once and they never come back because I
yeah,
tell
but
them to
like,
never
you
come
don't like
back.
seek them out after the fact and be like,
No, they do that to me.
yeah, but you don't do that to other people. Like, you don't do that. So I don't even like if
I do
somebody blocks you,
sometimes,
that's
like I'll respond, but I won't.
yeah, but you don't seek them out to antagonize them.
Bye, Aminal. Thanks for joining. Much appreciated.
I'm
Have
gonna
fun
be
over on
excited
your
to look
show.
forward to all of the content that comes out today, guys.
Yeah, I'll probably be here when you get back.
Probably.
Um, maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do today because oftentimes
Everybody
around.
has trauma because they're at buddy.
Oh, what he should be healing. It's a guy that has a lot of trauma because of his past. Yeah, he also uses that as like leverage in arguments, so it's super annoying. It's like
Your
anytime he gets put
trauma
in a
does
corner,
not give you permission to abuse other people.
this is true.
Your trauma does not give you permission to abuse other people. That makes you an abuser.
I would not say that Aminal's like a little mouse. The guy literally. I'm not even gonna go into that. You're. He can be annoying. Hence the healing path, absolutely. Thanks. I don't even know what you guys. I should like, I should get that software going. That would be entertaining. Get Common Sense
Everything you
Carl.
say
Get Common Sense
is
Carl the
rendered.
ability to like, so when he writes a comment, it like plays it on the speaker. That would be fun. Give it to like Common Sense Carl and somebody else, and they can just like argue in the, or like give it to Doses and Urban Jedi, and they can just like argue with each other.
As soon as people imply or the threat of violence into an argument, everything that they were trying to bring into their argument becomes invalid because they don't have an argument.
I block them when I suspect them of reporting me, but then if I find out that they weren't the one, then I unblock them and I trust them. Because if I start getting taken down again, I know that it's them, and then it's a good way to make it so that I can figure out who's doing it. Because yeah, I figure out who's the reporter real quick, and I fight back. If somebody mass reports me, I mass report back. So don't fucking mass report me. I don't give a fuck. I will make you not want to mass report me ever again. Type shit.
Okay, I'm gonna brush my teeth and go to bed now.
Peace out. I'm jealous. I'm like stuck here. I'm just kidding.
You're not stuck.
I
You're
do
gonna
kind of
come
want
for
to.
a river day this summer. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna make you
Oh,
go
word,
outside and
word.
play in the
Yeah.
woods.
No. Sounds like a good time. I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm like, have a good nap.
Yeah, I'll see you in a few hours, guys.
Yeah, this is like when I go to bed too. I usually like I usually like fall asleep to Aminal if it's like boring, but if it's like too intense, I'm like, oh, I guess I'm awake for another 2 hours. And then once it's finished, then I'm like, okay, I'll go to bed now. Join in, just like burnt out. Oh, Doses, did I gotta show you something because you like this type of shit. I probably showed you before, but I'm gonna show everybody else while we do this. Okay, so I don't think this one's gonna have the what I need. No. It would be fun to like listen to some of the backwoods stuff.
But yeah, like fighting for my fucking. I honestly.
A different opinion.
COVID and after COVID.
When does he come in? Okay, that box is open, and then he jumps in that box. Yeah.
If you want to have fucking dialect, bro, just shut the fuck up.
That was perfect. Timestamp 140. Oh my god, that was perfect fucking spot to click. Listen to this.
I'll fucking mute you every time you try and make a point if you tell me to shut up one more time.
If you want to have fucking dialect, bro, just shut the fuck up and listen.
It's dialogue, my guy.
Holy fuck, that's so fucking funny. Fuck. Yeah, that's like timestamp 139.50 right there. Fuck. That was one of my favorite moments, and I just like happened to click on that exact spot. Beautiful. I want to have dialect if it's dialogue. Memes be in the works, Isaac. Word. Good shit, good shit. I made it so that mine is like the big one, so that it's like it's easy to it's like easy to meme because it's higher quality. What I should do is I should go like this, I think. Yeah, there we go. Step right up, step right up. We're gonna compete with Aminal today. We'll just like bring up people and talk about Bill C-63. There we go. I'm tired. Oh boy. That was... I love how TikTok scientist had a picture of Blackwoods on the screen while he's saying that. Kind of hungry. I don't know why I ate so much before I did this. I don't want to turn the live off, but I also do kind of want to turn the live off, but I don't want to turn the live off. I hate it. Like, I like want to go for a cigarette, but I don't want to go for a cigarette because I don't really like smoking anymore. Pretty much quit smoking. Just like got the pouches. Just made breakfast wraps. That sounds dank. I guess I could make like a bagel. We have bagels. But that sounds actually pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. Boy. It's been a long day. I want to find it when he comes on, because that was so funny. Just the way that he entered the room was just so like, bruh, you think I'm gonna just take that shit? Fuck with the host like that? You think you're gonna get treated kindly? Oh, there it is. 137:20 is the timestamp.
Instance, and if I could go back in time, I wouldn't change a thing. But for the sake of your feelings and this monologue, I should have said something more appropriate for your little feelings.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
How the fuck do you know if I was oppressed or not?
That's you, man.
Buddy. Dude, you did fucking blackface.
You're irrelevant.
How do you take yourself seriously there, backwoods?
Apologize. Like, what is so hard about that?
That's the problem, is you don't give
Oh, my mic.
Man, I said it from the get. Well, I said it from the get go. If I'm apologizing for all this shit from the Zorg one,
My mic just completely overpowered him. That's funny. Cause like I could hear him talking to me, and he was like, "Fuck you," and all this shit. But apparently the host microphone is stronger than the dude that just came in. Weird. It's almost like that's how TikTok works. He just like kept trying to like yell over people. I'm like, mute. Don't even want to listen to that guy talk. Fucking annoying as shit. Okay. I'm like, I just want to like take a nap. Kind of. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if I were to do that, I wouldn't want to wake up. Just be like, yeah. I should go to sleep. No, I'm good. It's pretty much like I woke up at like 5 p.m. pretty much. It was like 4:45 when I woke up. Something like that. So I've only been awake for like 12 hours. I'm just but streaming is sometimes exhausting. Sometimes I can, no, it's always exhausting, but just take a break every once in a while. Enjoy life. You know? And like pretty much all I would do is I would just like close this down, and then I would just do exactly what I'm doing right now, where I'm like trying to upload all of these to YouTube. So, and it's a pain in the butt sometimes. It's okay. Close that one. Close that one. Do. And then that one is uploading. And then I need, okay, so then I can delete, yeah, it's a whole operation when you're dealing with these big ass files. It's annoying. They're like 6 gigabytes of view. There's icons. Okay, there we go. So this is, I can delete this one. And then move to trash. Then I think I uploaded this one already. That one, February 12th, uploaded that one. I uploaded this one. And I uploaded this one. And then I believe February 16th is the one I'm uploading right now. And I don't know what that one is. What shirt am I wearing? I can't even see it. Okay, I think I know which one that is, and I think I uploaded it. Um. Okay. First 49 minutes. Content. I don't know if I uploaded that one. Fuck. I hate it when that happens. I should have titled it. 2 hours and 57 minutes. Huh. It's probably this one. 5 minutes. It's probably this one. 2 hours and 58 minutes. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, so that is February 17th. What the This is frustrating. How do you get in? You hit the invite button on the screen. So this one is February 17th. So why is... Oh, that one's February 16th. Okay, I see what's going on here. 158 views. Did I even... What is going... 5 minutes, 1 minute, 22 minutes? Oh, this is that one. Weird.
Hear me? Like, fuck. This is driving me nuts.
I don't even know.
Settings.
I don't think I knew that I was live at this point. Like, what is going on here? Okay, I guess I'm gonna download this one. Fuck. Oh well. Thanks for the follow. Oh boy. I want Red Bull. I want to go to the store and buy Red Bull. But I don't want to go to the store. Because I don't want to go outside. Because it's fucking cold out. Okay, that's downloading. Next. 2 hours and 49 minutes.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, so this one is February 17th, part 2. Ah, fuck's sakes. Oh god. Fuck off. Okay. February 17th, part 2. And then this one is February 17th, part 1. Oh, I just threw it out. Oh, I can go in the trash. February, oh god. I think it's put back. Nope, that's not the one. 2 hours and... Fuck off. This is driving me crazy. Last opened. Oh, it doesn't say the freaking. $507. Oh my god, this is brutal. Oh man, now I'm having like a freaking allergic reaction. Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna go to the store and get some Red Bull. Maybe get a hash brown. Oh man. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go have some breakfast and go get some Red Bull, and I'll be back. Oh man. I'm tired. I might take a nap.